Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and Bravo superfan Joleen Lunzer here to break down all things Vanderpump Rules. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the episode Jackson Brittany on Watch What Happens Live. We're going to be talking about Raquel talking to TMZ. Ariana talking to TMZ, so much. Thank you guys for your patience as you waited for me, but I had to get caught up. I am in the Pacific time zone, so I had to rig my YouTube TV so that I could watch it in the Central time zone so that I could be here tonight to cover it with you guys because there is so much going on. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. We have so much to talk about. So good evening. If you are joining us here live, it might be late where you're at. It's 8:28 where I'm at. Make sure you smash that like. Let's set a like goal for 600. Last time you guys killed it with the likes, and I think we got over 500 likes. So like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We're on our way to 30K. I cannot even believe it. And we got our first super chat of the night. So if you want to support the channel further than liking and subscribing, feel free to send a super chat. I appreciate you guys' support so much. And I also have a membership here on YouTube and Patreon and all that good stuff. All right. So thank you, DM Rocks, for the first super chat. I appreciate that. DM Rock says, did you hear about Ariana is going to be in a Lifetime movie with the actress Megan Good? I did hear about that. I'm very excited for Ariana. After she did the whole for you to die. I don't know why I did. So, when in the mid-season trailer, which we talked about, if you missed my reaction to the mid-season trailer, I broke it down in my last video from a couple days ago. So check that out after this video if you haven't already. But when Tom was just like, do you want anything? And she was like, for you to die. And then the music played and it was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So good on Ariana because all of them are actresses. They're all model actresses. So I think now is the time. Ariana, book those roles. Sandy Butt will be jelly. She doesn't even have to pay people to be in that. Like Tom has to pay people to go on stage, she doesn't have to pay. Like that's crazy, because she has talent. If you didn't know, Ariana also has singing talent that Tom Sandy Butt doesn't have. So, go figure. I saw a little, duet between the two of them for Christmas that he put on his social media, and I'll have to find it and play it here maybe next live. And she's got some pipes. He's got some screams. He can do that. He can scream. So, I think there's a lot of jealousy going on. Thank you, Life Rips. Love your coverage. I appreciate it. Blessings from Florida. Yes. Jonathan, my bestie, is here. Yes. Okay. Here for it. I'm going to break it down. We got some impressions we're going to do. We're going to break it down the way we do here at the Bravo Breakdown with Joleen in a comedic way. Okay, first things first. I have to address Raquel on TMZ. Okay, actually, first I'll address Ariana. So last night or yesterday, a TMZ person approached Ariana as she was leaving a coffee place with her friend. It looked like Logan, who was on tonight's episode of Vanderpump Rules, who works at TomTom and is a server. I know all of their friends now because I do the stalking on social media, so you guys don't look like creeps, and I do, because I'm willing to look like a creep, but I stalk in the most legal way possible. Okay. So she was coming out of like a Starbucks or a coffee shop or something. She had an iced latte, and I was like, I see you, Ariana bestie. I see that we both love the venti iced lattes. And they asked her, Ariana, the TMZ guys, they always have the best questions. I mean, real journalists. They're always, how do you feel about being cheated on? Have you talked to the person who hurt you? Are you excited for the reunion? She's just like, what do you think? You know what I mean? She's like, no, I'm not freaking excited to go see the monster who cheated on me with his new giraffe love. No, I'm not excited about that at all. But she actually pulled a Mariah Carey. I'm trying to find the screenshot here. And she walked out and he was like, has Raquel tried to apologize to you? Have you talked to Raquel? And she's like, no, no. Or no, he didn't say that. He said something along the lines of with Raquel. And she said, I don't know who that is. And I thought that was a brilliant way to reply. That is the most brilliant way you can reply in this situation, because I feel like the other two fools, Sandy Butt and Rachel Raquel, they are going to be talking. And so the best thing that Ariana can do in this situation is just to act like I don't know. I don't know them, but all I know is I am booking gigs and I don't have to pay the other actors to be around me like Tom Sandybutt has to pay the band to be around him. But thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes. And then so she did that just a real quick, and then all of a sudden this lady shows up, Rachel Raquel. And she's outside of someplace, I'm sure it's in the valley. Okay, so she was in allegedly Arizona. There's pictures of her with Tom Sandybutt. That's what they're saying, that he went to Tucson with her. And they were with her parents, blah, 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 blah. Producer Tilly has joined the chat. Producer Tilly, say hi. She's Team Ariana. Are you Team Ariana? Yeah, she is. She is. Her silence speaks. Just like Ariana's silence speaks, so does Producer Tilly's. Okay. So Tom Sandybutt and Rachel Raquel were in Tucson, where she's from, Arizona. You know, they were there together. Okay. With her family. Okay. And then she was boarding her dog, Graham, that she used to share with DJ James Kennedy. And everyone was like, oh, she's heading to LA. Sure enough, she's back in LA. And she was at some kind of nail place, right? And so here she is sitting outside the nail place. And it was a setup if I've ever seen a damn setup. Okay. She's sitting there on a chair, and I'll need to turn off my camera for just a minute, you guys. So stay with me. Let me present that back. She's sitting there on a chair, and she's just like, you know, I'm just waiting to get my nails done. I'm just like a regular girl. I'm not like I'm not like a regular server. I'm like a cooler server. Because I'll fuck your man. Okay, we're 7 minutes in, so we can do the swears. I will have sex with your man. I'm not like a regular server. Actually, I am a regular server because we all will have sex with each other's men. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So, you know, she's there and she's sitting down and she's got a bottle of water and she has you know, she just not a lot of makeup on because she's, you know, she's really getting through this hard time and in her life, and she just doesn't have time for as much concealer, and she just can't do a contour because it's just really emotional. I mean, who can contour under these kind of conditions, you know? And so the TMZ guy's like, hey, Rachel Raquel, what's up? What are you doing? How's life? How are things going? And she's like, oh, I didn't see you there, you know. So we'll get into it. So there's Rachel Raquel. Okay. Producer Tilly's just all over my keyboard. So we're just going to have Hype Man Husband Chell. Thank you, Husband Chell. Sorry, Tilly. I love you so much. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. She okay? Oh, he's holding her like a baby. If you guys could only see it. Okay. So she's like, hey, hi. Chell, do you want to show him the baby? How you're holding the baby? Hype Man Husband Chell has the baby kitty. She's doing okay. In case anyone was worried, she's fine. Because I know if I heard a kitty cry, I'd be like, ah. Okay. Amy Seeks Truth. Thank you for the super sticker. Amy says, thank goodness my husband's not able to follow any of this. Yeah, my husband, I mean, I'm talking to him about it all the time. He don't care. So here's Rachel Raquel. He's just like, okay, I guess this chick's going to keep talking to me about this. And I'm like, I am, because that's what marriage is about. You talk about shit I don't care about. I talk about shit you care about. And under law, we have to listen to each other. That's marriage, okay? Yeah, he talks about hockey and stuff. So Rachel Raquel's like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Hey, how's it going, Rachel? Or Chell, can you come in and be the TMZ reporter, please? Okay, he has to pee. After he's done peeing, he can do it. But it's like, hey, how you doing, Rachel Raquel? Oh, I mean, I'm okay. I mean, not the greatest. I've been better. Yeah. Oh, is someone at, oh, wow. I'm just sitting outside of this nail salon. I didn't think anyone would ask me questions, but okay. Hi. Yeah, I mean, I've been better. I mean, you know, I'm wearing all black still. So obviously I'm not doing that well. How long have Tom and I been together? I don't it was really organic. It was really organic. We met super organically through organisms. Like, I like organic bread. He likes organic bread. I never eat produce that isn't organic. So it was very organic. Oh my God, this water, you guys stay hydrated. It's really good for your skin when you're 28. Okay. Oh, my eye. Ow. Sorry. When I drink water now from where Sheena punched me, it goes up in my eye now. Ow. Yeah. So I'm in town. Yeah. I'm going to the reunion. Oh, sorry, wrong eye. It was this one. Ah, see? But this one hurts too because one of her nails, she had, I think I got pink eye because she can't wipe properly because her nails are so long. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to the reunion. I think it's like literally my responsibility to literally probably own my shit. Yeah. So, oh, TMZ reporter, are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, can you ask me? I'm outside, and you're just kind of getting to the bottom of this. My husband hasn't seen this interview, by the way, so he's just going to be improvising.
I'm in line trying to get a coffee. I don't know who you are.
Hi, I'm Rachel Raquel. You probably know me from Vanderpumprules.
Okay, I'm going to order a coffee. Will you hold on a second?
Hold on. I am going to the reunion.
Oh.
Yeah, I am. I think it's time that I maybe
Venti
literally
iced Americano.
Excuse me.
Can I get extra ice?
Sir, I'm going to go to the reunion because I'm in love with Tom.
Phil, I work for TMZ.
Hi, Phil.
No, I wasn't telling you that. I was telling the coffee.
Okay, well, when you're done with that, I'll just keep talking. So I'm literally feel like I have to take responsibility for literally.
I have to take a shit.
Okay,
I have diarrhea.
I've had to take a shit too, but my eye, I've been constipated since Sheena Shea. Do you know her? She got married in a crop top, and now she got married in Mexico to an Australian who wears.
You just followed me into the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom.
Could you put your camera back on me? Thank you. So now I have this cut here, and so I can't. I'm not regular. I used to be very regular. I was a model. I'm still a model.
TMZ Sports, not TMZ.
I'm pretty sporty. I can play pickleball, and I look great in a swimsuit.
I just shat my pants.
Me too. When Sheena punched me, I literally shat myself. Well, I guess I don't really need. If you want to get your stuff, you can just hold your camera up.
I'm not gonna.
And I'll do my thing.
I'm gonna clean my pants now.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you. He's gonna clean his pants, but I want everyone to know that I am literally going to take responsibility. I know that I have to, but Tom and I, we don't know about the future of our relationship, but I do know that like he feels for me and I feel for him, but we're just like trying to wait. Sorry, my glasses fell. Trying to wait for people to process this, because I guess people are hurt. I guess it's a hurtful thing when you have an affair. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to give it a couple days and then we're literally going to be together, maybe, possibly, but we're going to take accountability for a couple days.
Can I have my camera back now?
No, I'm sorry. I need it because I need to put myself on TMZ. God, these guys, they're all over me. The paparazzi just wants my story and I can't breathe. Okay. So I'm sorry. Do I look too happy? I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. I'm just like, I'm nervous. And also people say that I might have something else going on, but I'm not sure. Like I can't make a diagnosis on myself, but okay. If you guys saw it, you saw it, but we're not going to talk about that because I'm literally like not here I just feel like everyone gives me bad mistress vibes. Okay. Like, and I'm not that girl. So yeah, I'm hurt. Oh, Sheena said she didn't hit me. Well, I mean, I have a permanent scar on my eye that says she did. So I don't know. Who do you believe? The liar who's been having an affair with one of her best friend's boyfriends for 7 months on the low, or Sheena? So you decide. I'm sorry. I have my AirPod and I'm recording this so I could play it back to Sandy Butt later because he's in the car waiting for me. But we're taking it slow. But he was literally just inside me. But we're taking it slow because we realize that people are hurt. Oh, sorry. Am I smiling? Okay, sorry. I'm still smiling? Sorry. I can't help it. I'm just like a really innocent, nice person. So yeah, I'm going to go to the reunion. I have to face my fears. I did talk to Ariana. I like literally called her on like literally the phone. Here's my scar. Oh, hold on. Hold on. You guys won't be able to see it. I'll show it to you here. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. As you can see, I have a permanent scar. You can't wait. Hold on 1 second. You can't wipe it away. It's permanent. Like literally when I was little, I literally had a permanent marker and it literally is still there. I put it on a piece of paper and it literally is still on the paper. So yeah. So Sheena can say what she wants, but I'm literally scarred for literal life. So, but yeah, I'm just getting my nails done. I'm ready for the reunion tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, I do have the restraining order, which I'm very fearful. What was it? Sandoval. I'm sorry, real quick. Sandoval. Tom. Hi. What was I supposed to say again? Fearful for my lives. What? Stop it. I'm literally fearful for my lives. No, just one life. Sorry, sweetie, I get confused. For my life. What was that again? It was plural. Stop. Plural. It's plural. Not plural. I'm just single and living my life, and so is my life is singular. But this, if as you can see, my scar is very permanent. It's very permanent. So yeah, thank you for just randomly finding me in front of this nail salon and asking me questions. I mean, oh, sorry. That's not model time, Tom. Okay. He says not when it's model time. He says model time. And then I do. Is that? No. Less smiling. Okay. How's this? But I feel really bad. Oops, my purse fell. I mostly feel bad that I'm scarred for life and other things. But Ariana, she did not reply well to my sorry. What did she say? I can't tell you. I mean, you'll find out at the reunion. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm not doing well. I'm trying. And Graham is getting taken care of. And, if it's anything like, I mean, I don't know if it's worse than when Lala had sex with James Kennedy because she's a mistress and a whore mistress, and she's a Chihuahua baby follower. Was that what I said? Tom, look over here. Look away from the mirror, Tom. Tom, look at me. Tom, put the trumpet down. He just loves that trumpet. I love it too. Okay. What did I call her? Chihuahua. She's a Chihuahua follower. So yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the reunion. I'm gonna get my nails done and I'll be there because I'm gonna own my stuff. I've literally been staying off of social media except for yesterday and the day before. And then the day after I was on it the other day I was on it yesterday in my story to tell you that I was coming to the reunion. So I was off social media for like literally 30 minutes. Yeah. So, that's what people around me were like, you should get off social media. So I did for 30 minutes and it was really good for me. And me and Tom, we were, connecting. Is that what you call it when we do when I put my mouth, or when you have a name for it, kind of cunningness, lingonberries? No? Okay, I'm sorry. I just feel like I've grown a lot. And Lala is she's I feel really proud that I stuck up to her, and I feel like I've leveled up. Okay, so I feel really bad about what I did to, what's her name again? Ariana. I feel really bad about it, but like, I was hurt too when Lala had sex with James while I was dating him. So, all right. Okay, I guess we're done. You can turn that into TMZ now and then send me my check. Do you have Venmo? Okay, my Venmo is Raquel Sandoval. I know. He wants to take my last name. He wants to be Tom Leviss. But I said, that sounds like a used car salesman. You'll love it at Leviss. Anyways, So, okay. Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Don't forget my scar. It's like permanent. You can't rub. Oh, shit. Hold on. God damn it. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Oh, it got bigger. It's been really painful. So, yeah, I've been really sad about this. Tom, stop. No butt play right now. Yeah. So, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right. Sad. Bye. And that was Rachel outside. Like, that was literally how it went, you guys. Literally. Rachel Raquel was outside of this nail salon, Blush Nails, and this TMZ guy just happened upon her, and she was sitting there, and she was looking down at the ground, holding a large water bottle, wearing all black, and she was just like, what? Huh? Who? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. And that is exactly what happened. And I'm just like, okay, so you just now you've given exclusives to ET with your statement, your apology, and now you've given this exclusive TMZ interview, and it's just, oh my gosh, look at my scar disappeared. That's so weird. It's so weird how that happens. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. So it was awkward. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on TMZ. I'd play it, but TMZ, they will strike you. They're like, that's ours. And I'm like, technically that's everybody's. Okay. Because you're paparazzi and you stalk people. So is it really yours? They claim it is. So that happened with Rachel Raquel earlier today. And I was just, she's just, her and Sandy Butt coming back from Arizona. They're both going to be at this reunion. I don't know how it's going to work out with Sheena. Everything is super secretive. I guess Lala said they can't give out any information. They're taking their cell phones. It's all very hush hush because of this restraining order. But the reunion is being filmed tomorrow. Andy's there. Rachel Raquel's there. Tom's there. Ariana's there. Sheena's there. Everybody's fucking there. Okay. Yeah, she is permanently disfigured, you guys. So prayers for Rachel Raquel, because she told the TMZ reporter that she didn't call, that she's permanently disfigured after putting Graham in some kind of whatever you do with dogs. You house them, or I've never had a dog. I want a dog, but I've never had one. Also, if your mom and dad live there, maybe they're allergic to dogs, but I've seen videos, because like I said, I stalk in a legal way the social media. I've seen the dog at her mom's house before. So why can't the parents? Why do they have to board Graham? Why can't a family member take care of it? Maybe the family's all going to LA. I don't know. I'm more worried about Graham than I am Rachel Raquel's dumb eye. That is what I will say. Okay, now we have to get into this episode, because this episode was crazy. Then we'll get into the Jackson Brittany of it all. I mean, you guys, it is something else. This episode was, according to Andy Cohen, these episodes are just going to get better and better and better, and they deserve all the Emmys. And so far, I believe him, because watching that mid-season trailer was just taking me on a fantastic voyage. I didn't even know what to do with myself after watching that. I'm like, this is amazing. And, since they're incorporating some things that happened after Scandoval came out on March 3rd and some things before, now I'm just like, I don't give a shit about the Tom's restaurant Sandy Butts. Okay. Quick little reminder, this is all my comedic commentary. This is all my opinion. You're not going to agree with everything, but you can have your opinion. I can have my opinion, and we can all still kiki and have a good time talking about Bravo. But just remember, I am very opinionated and unfiltered.
That's my opinion!
So if you're super offended, you might want to log off now, because it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better, okay? Because I'm not trying to be anybody's friend. So you might want to check out another channel if you want someone who's trying to be people's friends, even though a couple of them are my best friends. They just don't know it. All right, we go into this episode. This is episode 7. It's like gaslighting something, gaslighting galaxy. That's what the name of this episode is. Okay. And right away, we see Rachel Raquel and Sheena, and Sheena and Charlie, and they're all at boys' night. And James Kennedy's like, what the fuck? I thought this. Okay, that sounded like John F. Kennedy, not James Kennedy. Okay. But he was like, I'm DJ James Kennedy. Well, this is a little Australian and a little British, but he was very much like, I thought it was guys' night. And then he's texting Allie because he's terrified now because this guy has to be in a relationship. He's like a serial monogamist at this point. He doesn't take a break. Sure, he'll cheat on you and, but he needs to have a girlfriend at all times or someone he thinks he maybe might want to marry. So he's like, hey, Allie, what's going on? I love you so much. Have a great time. Rachel Raquel's here, but nothing's happened so far. I'll keep you updated. And she's like, just leave, babe. I got an astrology appointment for us. You have an Aries moon. You have to get out of there, okay? Because Aries moons, they are known to stray, okay? Their wieners are known to get caught outside of their pants. You got to go. And he's like, oh no, babe, I'm going to try to control my Aries moon tonight. See you later. And then, he finally takes off because Tom Sandy Butt, so much of this episode was me watching Tom Sandy Butt and Rachel Raquel and their reactions toward one another. And I was getting angrier and angrier because I'm like, oh my God, that is definitely some shit was going on. Now that we know that most likely after this Lake Havasu girls trip, that's when Sandy Butt and Rachel Raquel started boning together. Now I'm like, and when you start boning somebody, if you've ever boned somebody, which I'm sure a lot of you have, you're very attractive, cool people. So I'm sure you're really getting it in, Rachel Raquel with the dabs. It's never just, especially when you've been friends for a while, it's been coming, it's like that Ani DeFranco song, Hell Yeah. It's like, I like you so much. I talk to everyone but you. And I wonder what you would think of this little number. And I wonder what you would say if you know. So it's like this thing where you've been looking at him, he's been looking at you, and you're like, oh, we're kind of friends. Oh my God. I talk to everyone, and you look over, is he watching? Is he looking at me? Do you think he wants my vagina? There's that vibe. There's a vibe. It, okay? Men do it, women do it when you're in a group and you might like one of your friends. My husband was a friend of mine before we were dating, and I would look over at him and then I'd be like, hi, I look like I'm having a great time. But really, I'm like, what is he looking at me? Okay. So I'm watching these two interact, and Tom Sandy Butt is just way too Rachel Raquel, what's going on? What happened? Tell me everything. What happened on the girls' trip? She's like, I was just living my life, literally being a single girl, as you know, Tom, and they came for me. And it was so mean. Rachel Raquel has become so good now that we know what we know. I realized that she became so good at manipulating and weaponizing her own kind of innocence or naivety to the point where it is men like Tom Sandoval want a wounded deer. It's not just a Bambi-eyed bitch, it's a wounded deer. They want the deer shot. They want to bring the deer home and either take it for its meat or bring it back to life and then take it for its meat. Okay. So she is a wounded gazelle, giraffe, deer woman, and she's playing it up. And then they really hurt my feelings because I'm just a woman. I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. All I need is time and dick. Other people's men's dicks. And I'll be fine. And Tom's like, oh, I totally get that because I'm a weak-minded man. I'm one of those douchebag dudes who needs to pay people to play in a band with me even though I can't play music. I get it, okay? Do you need me to save you? Because I will save you. And she's like, I kind of do because I'm 28 and I'm still learning myself. He's like, well, I'm about to be 41, but I tell everyone I'm 39. So I got you, babe. So it's a really weird dynamic. So he's way into her girl drama, okay? When I get in any kind of, and I'm 43 now, so I'm not even fighting it with my friends, okay? If someone pisses you off, I just never talk to you again. You know what I mean? It's over. I don't have time. They don't have time. They're raising children. I'm raising a cat and a YouTube channel. We're all very busy people. Okay. So we don't have time to fight like that. And if we do, it's I guess I'll talk to you in a year and we'll just push it down and move on if we can. But otherwise, I'll just never talk to you again. But I remember just talking to my husband, even, we've been together for a long time in my younger years about, different girl issues or women issues with my girlfriends. And he never once did he go, oh, let me tell that bitch something. Let me get in here. He was like, oh man, I hope you work that out. Yeah, I'm sorry you feel that way. Something like that. He never got in what you would call women's business. Tom Sandy Butt loves getting in women's business. He's like, oh, is this a woman's business? Let me tell you something. in my matching on matching checkered vest, sweater, sleeveless shirt with matching pants. Let me tell you, first of all, he loves coming at women. And now, looking back season after season, I'm like, holy shit, he's been doing this since day one. He never bucked up to the dudes like he did the women. Jax ran circles around him. It wasn't until Ariana came into the relationship that she actually helped him assert himself to his male friends. Even with Tom Schwartz, I mean, he's able to talk down to him, but he's never like bucked up to him. But he loves to buck up to a woman. He's like, excuse me? And I'm like, go play with the boys. Okay, go in your room. Go grab your trumpet. You don't have time for this. That happens later in the episode. But this first thing at the Mondrian, they're all there. And you guys, have you guys heard the story yet about the Mondrian? Apparently, there's a lady with a podcast, and I apologize to this lady because I bet she's far more successful than I, but I don't know who she is. Okay, maybe I do, maybe I forgot. I'm not sure. Her name is Jamie Lynn, and not Jamie Lynn Spears, because that's the only Jamie Lynn I know. So maybe she's an unproblematic Jamie Lynn. She's going to be on Up and Adam, my friend Up and Adam, his channel tomorrow, I believe, to recap this episode. You guys probably know that. Up and Adam, also far more successful than I. Great person. Go support both of them. Well, she has a podcast called Jamie All Over. Oh, that's kind of cute. She looks good. She looks really good. Great lips. Oh, I need some fillers. Anyways, she did a podcast recently where she had that guy, Cale Ramsey Akerson, the one who called out Rachel Raquel for the under eye circles and that she was telling some lies and how she had those dark circles that she claimed to be a black eye from Sheena before this alleged punch happened. So he was like, what we're not going to do is lie on our friends. So he's friends with both Sheena and Rachel Raquel. We talked about in a previous interview. He was on her podcast, and I'll play this short snippet and we'll provide commentary on it. Again, this is Jamie Lynn from the Jamie All Over podcast. She's all over. Okay, she's friends with Sheena. Perfect. So am I. Okay. This much. We met once. So me and Jamie Lynn are friends with Sheena. Awesome. We're great. So she has this Cale on, and they talk about this night at the Mondrian, when the girls are still on the girls trip. Now, remember what we talked about last time. Ariana's at home crying in bed over her dog, Charlotte, who has just passed. She's literally, she can't go out. She's sad. She's mourning her pet, her family member. Pets are family. Tom Sandybutt was like, nah, I don't have to stay home with my girlfriend, my life partner, who I've been with for 10 years because we just lost one of our family members, Charlotte the dog. I'll go out and drink with what we now know to be Rachel Raquel, his lover, his mistress, and I'll party. I don't need to be home. So Ariana's at home crying. Lisa Vanderpump even calls and checks on her. But this guy, he's busy, because when you are 45 years old, like Tom Sandoval, allegedly, everything I say is alleged. We don't know the truth because we don't want to know the truth. Okay. He's out there drinking and partying. This same night, you guys, at the Mondrian, they go out, but the party doesn't end at the Mondrian. Okay. Even Kesha is sleeping. Like, the party don't stop till I walk in. Kesha is sleeping. Everybody goes home and goes to bed except for Tom Sandybutt, Rachel Raquel, this Jamie All Over, and Marty McFly. No, Brett, the manager that we see in these episodes of Schwartz and Skeezy's. Okay? So he's the manager of Schwartz and Skeezy's. When I was there recently, Brett, like I said, was making the rounds. Okay? He was going around to the table going, everything okay? Everything. He probably checked on us like 10 times. He was very nice. A very nice man. I feel bad. I mean, yes, I feel bad for everyone who works there. But then I'm like, did you know? Now I'm thinking, did he know? But then it's like, I can't blame the world. You know what I mean? He is just a man trying to have a restaurant management job. And let me tell you, restaurant managers, apologies to any of you out there, some of them with a penis can be problematic. I worked at a lot of restaurants in my days, and let me just tell you, they like hooking up. They like eating where they go to the bathroom, if you know what I mean. So anyway, so he's out. So Brett from Schwartz and Skeezy's and Jamie Lynn, not Jamie Lynn Spears, Jamie all over, and Rachel Raquel went out after the Mondrian. And here is what they have to say. This Kale guy is on there because he's saying that Rachel Raquel called him when she came back from the girls' trip and was like, you have to come out with me. I had the worst time. She did the Bambi eyed, like, I had the worst time ever. The girls were mean to me. Come out. I need male attention. Okay. So here's what they say.
Like when? She was like after the Vegas trip.
Okay. So he also is saying that Rachel Raquel admitted to him that they've been kind of hooking up or getting close, her and Tom Sandoval, since after the Vegas trip.
She basically just told me, started 7 months ago, and I was like, when? She was like, after the Vegas trip. And I said, bro, you literally called me an hour or two after the girls that made you cry frantic. And then you hit me back and was like, meet me in LA. We're going to film. We're going to do the boys trip. And I was like, all right.
Boys night.
Boys night, whatever the heck it was. And she was like, that's when we got closer.
I had a video.
I saw that video.
Next episode.
So Rachel Raquel had admitted to him, that's when we got closer. All I want to get is a little bit closer. Even Tegan and Sarah's like, gross. So then Jamie Lynn's going to tell us about a video she took of the two of them while they were partying.
The Vanderpumprules is boys night. Okay. So you and I were there for that at the Mondrian.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, you went home.
Also, I love how LA people go, at the Mondrian. Like everyone in LA says it's the Mondrian, right? But they all like go, at the Mondrian. We're at the Chateau Mama. And then we went to the Mondrian. The Mondrian, the Chateau Mama.
Afterwards, you went home. I went to Saddle Ranch with Raquel, Scandoval, and Brett, the manager of Schwartz and Sandy's. You were there because Raquel had just gotten back from Vegas, the girls' trip, and was very upset and asked you to come out that night. So you didn't come out with us afterwards. It somehow just ended up being the four of us going to Saddle Ranch after. And we're riding the bull. We're having drinks. Raquel and Tom were super into just deep conversation at the bar. So I was getting to know Brett. That's the first time I ever met him or hung out with him. Very, very nice guy who I'm friends with now.
Yeah, he's dope.
We closed it down. So we had to leave. I'm now in my car with Brett, and Raquel and Sandoval were sitting on the curb outside of Saddle Ranch just talking. I didn't realize it at the time, like how close they were talking or how intimate it actually looked. So Brett and I, we think we're funny. Do you think the video was funny?
It was actually funny. The voiceover.
It probably wasn't funny. No offenses, but it probably, when someone says, did you think it was funny? It probably wasn't funny. But I do like this Jamie story. So basically she's like, we're all at Saddle Ranch. And let me tell you, I've lived in LA for a long time. If you are at Saddle Ranch, you're 20 some years old or you're on a bender or it's the last place to go. You are effed up. No 40-plus-year-old men who have girlfriends at home of 10 years who are mourning their dog should be at Saddle Ranch riding a bull. Saddle Ranch is like the thing you do when you first move to LA. It's right on Sunset, right down the street from the Comedy Store. It's just, it's not your friend unless you're real young. You're real young. It's there's not good parking. Once you turn 40, like Tom Sandoval is, you're like, where's the park? This isn't good parking. I mean, it's LA. There's really no good parking, but like this is really bad parking. Also, there's a bull, and we just came out of COVID, and it's very germy, and it's not even that fun of a place. It's not even a great location. Sure, it's on Sunset, but it's like not a fun part of Sunset. So already he's just looking for a reason to stay gone.
I thought it was pretty dope.
So I start filming the two of them talking. We're so clueless that we have no idea what's actually transpiring. And I'm doing the voice for Sandoval. Brett's doing the voice for Raquel. And it goes over a minute, right? So then I'm like, oh my God, we're dying, we're laughing. Brett leaves the car, shows them. They both are laughing about it. You know, they're not like thinking anything that we shouldn't post it or whatever. So I watch it back and I had this thought. I go, you know what? I'm not posting this because this looks way too intimate. And I don't want Ariana to feel a certain way about this. And I don't want her to feel disrespected. But it didn't set off alarm bells to like, wait a second.
Okay, so that's the only clip I got. So she got a video of them. So they're at that point in their relationship or early hooking up where, I mean, everything. You're drunk and everything just seems so, let's go for a walk and talk about anything, until we're ready for our genitals to touch. And we can't do that with other people here. So we'll just like talk. Like, what are your dreams? Well, my dream is to be Miss Malibu, Barbie, California, and kill it with my surfboard stunts on stage. And he's like, my dream is to be in a really successful band that does Incubus covers, Sublime covers, and sometimes Captain and Tennille. Okay. I want to own I want people to make suits for me that have glitter, obviously. And I want to work in a bar and just do shrooms. I just want to do shrooms. I just want to get paid to do shrooms. That's amazing. I've never done mushrooms, but I do like portobello mushrooms. I love portobello mushrooms too. Shut up. I'm serious. No way. I am. And that's how it starts. It's just that is how it goes down, okay, in the public DMs. So these two are at the bar. I can picture it. It makes me sick. I can picture it, but it makes me sick because guys like Tom, dame a dozen, okay, especially in LA. Ugh, good. Bring a book, dude. I mean, about to turn 46. Still trying to live that young man's life. I mean, you can still have fun. You're not dead after 40, but there are some responsibilities you have to take. There has to be some accountability. You would think you'd want to be home in the ginormous house you have with the woman you allegedly love and the dog that you lost, who you should have allegedly loved. You think you'd want to be home, rubbing her feet, hugging her, remembering good times with you and your pet. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been with a significant other or a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you had a pet and the pet died. It is, wow, that is for us animal people, that's family. Okay. My husband and I, we lost a cat years ago, and that was tragic. It brought us closer together. We were it was just, we still mourn that damn cat. We used to put her in comedy sketches. Grace, R.I.P. Grace. And oh my God, I had to take out a care credit to try to save her with the surgery. Unfortunately, she passed away, and I was paying off a dead cat for 2 years. So it was hard to move on, but Grace is in a better place. Now we have producer Tilly. We just adopted, not just, but we adopted her soon after. But we were together. My husband wasn't like, hey, I'm going to go. And my husband at the time was probably in his late 20s then, maybe 30. And he knew well enough to not go out and hang out with other girls and another guy and go drink when we're mourning our pet. Okay. But that is how Scandoval is. So he's with Raquel. They're intimately talking. We have these two people. So now you're getting so many stories from people how long and how much did people actually know? So now I'm side-eyeing everybody. I'm like, you knew. Somebody knew. I think Brett from Schwartz and Skeezy's knew. I just do. And I don't expect Brett to say anything. He just works for him. I don't even know how he knows him. He probably only knows him through business. He's trying to keep a job. And now he's on this TV show. I mean, Scandoval is screwing with a lot of people's money, a lot of people's pockets and their hearts. Okay. So I don't necessarily blame them, but I'm also if Jamie Lynn, again, you were nice enough, you were better than Ariana's own boyfriend to be I'm not going to post this because it might be disrespectful to Ariana, but her own boyfriend's I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to talk to her. This is hilarious. This is so funny. Okay, Tom. Somebody knew. It's the same with all these Dateline cases. Well, I never saw her. Somebody knew her boyfriend was no good. You know what I mean? Somebody saw something. There is no way. I saw it in this episode. So let's keep going. But that I thought was very interesting. So feel free to check out Jamie Lynn's podcast. I'm sure it only gets better and better. But I just wanted to play that little clip because it's it makes me ill to think that this dude could have went home after the Mondrian. They're done taping. You did your job. You can say, well, my job is to go out and get film for Vanderpump. Then I went home to Ariana. No, you didn't. You went where there were no cameras, out with Raquel, Jamie Lynn, not Spears, and Brett, the manager of Schwartz and Skeezy's. And you didn't have to do that. So you were doing the most, sir, and it was gross. All right. Then the boys' night thing, James leaves. He's like, I'm leaving, Ellie. I'm on my way. Don't worry, babes. My dick is still in my pants. And she's like, good. Because we have a big astrology appointment in the morning. I have an Aquarius moon, and you're going to hear about it. Then we have to hear about Lala's sex. Lala has her friend, Big Don Service. I think the guy's name is Don. We'll get there. But he's coming over. So the ladies are still in Havasu. Katie, Christina Kelly, the new mom, and Lala are still in Lake Havasu. And they just went out to the bar. And Lala was like, that's my type. That's my type. And then we're all like, but no, Randall, your type. Big Ed, your type. That's your type. That's your type. That little Harvey Weinstein wannabe, that's your type. The guy with boobies in the t-shirt, that's your type. That's your type. Mr. Pickleball, that's your type. I don't know why all of a sudden you're like, Don's my type. Like maybe in a fantasy world, but no, you were the guy with no neck, that's your type. No necky was your type. And I got a thick neck too. I got a thick farmer girl neck, but his was like a steam engine of a neck. You know what I mean? It was just like his body ate his neck. But anyways, he's a horrible person. But don't look shame, Joleen. How dare you? Okay. So Lala's like, okay, I had such a great time. They went to their own saddle ranch. She had her little skirt on, and she said, I invited Big Don over. And they were talking to her about sex, and Katie's drunk. So she's like, girl, you gotta have sex. Like, it's so great. Like, new dick is like the best kind of dick because it's like fresh. I mean, it's fresh to you, but probably not to other people, but it's so good. Katie's like, I'm living my best. Get it in life. Do it. And then Christina Kelly's pregnant, so she's like, well, I don't know. There are consequences, and it's not just chlamydia. Babies can happen, but you already have one. So, okay, maybe she's scared. She's scared, Katie. She hasn't had sex before. And Katie's like, oh my God, just like bust it open and just do it. You're going to love it. Schwartz like cried before, after, during the week leading up to it. He was just crying. Okay. So it was hard for me to have an organism because he was always crying and talking about which couch he was going to pick for Schwartz and Skeezies. So now I'm living my best life. She's dating 25-year-old actors with BDE who look like they work at Guitar Center. We talked about it during the last video. So then Big Don comes over and he says, so they're talking on the couch and Katie's there, and Christina Kelly's there, all preggers, but she's not even showing yet, but she's drinking club sodas, which is adorable. Because apparently you're not supposed to drink alcohol when you're pregnant. That's a big no-no, okay? Just like Rachel had to learn about don't put aluminum in the microwave, I had to learn about, no, I knew that, sort of. I've never been pregnant, so I didn't know. Okay, but I knew. Rachel didn't know. Raquel probably didn't know that. All right, so they're on the couch and Lala's got a blanket on her because she's like moistening up because he's like, so what's up? And she's like, nothing. And he's like, nothing. She's like, And then Katie's like, they're gonna do it. And Christina Kelly's like, I'm very uncomfortable. I'm with child. You want to feel like kick? No? Okay. Katie, let's go to bed. And she's like, why? Why should I? And then Lala, she's like, is that a honeycomb on yours? Like, yeah, baby, it's a honeycomb. It's a sweet, like a bee. I'll pour some honey on you, like Miss T says. And Lala's like, oh my God, I'm leaking. Lala said she was like spraying or spritzing, whatever happens down there. And so then they go to bed and then a Big Don's like, appreciate you. And then Lala's like, let's go to bed. And she's like, oh my God, you guys, everyone getting nervous. And he goes, this is a direct quote from Big Don, the new dick in Lala's life. He said, don't get nervous when it's time to get service. I was like, oh my goodness, Don, shut up. I did not know you were a poet. Oh my God. Ann Sexton, stop, Sylvia Plath. That was, whoa, Robert Frost. That was beautiful. Okay. Don't get nervous when it's time to get service. I can't. Oh, so beautiful. So romantic. I wrote that one down so I can have my husband say that to me. So then Lala, the next day, she's like, I had the best sex ever, because she has to tell everyone how she had the best sex ever. She said he was hung. Thank you. Thank you for that. And then she shared more because that wasn't enough. She said, I couldn't even sleep in the bed last night because it was so wet. You guys, that has been my show. Thank you so much for coming or not. Please don't come. Don't get my seat wet. Have a great night. I am now going to go jump off a cliff. Okay. Goodbye. I can't do this anymore. Oh my God. And that's somebody's Airbnb. So when you're thinking about Airbnb and your house out, just think about all the jizz on the sheets. That's all I'm saying. All right. Be very, very careful because apparently she couldn't even sleep in the spot. I hope she washed those sheets. I hope maybe it was a Verbo. I don't know. I only stayed at Airbnbs. Maybe Verbo was a little more lenient on wet sheets, but could she have put down like a trash bag or something? I mean, I feel like they could have maybe put some saran wrap down, a towel, something absorbent, brawny paper towels. Those are very absorbent according to the commercials. But no, she just got their sheets all sticky. And she said it. I couldn't even sleep in the bed last night because it was so wet. Okay. Hung like a horse. And she also made sure to make very pointed comments towards freaking what's his nuts, Rand. Oh my God. And like how embarrassing that you're still wearing Lala. You got new merch. Send it to Daryl. There's no reason we need to be wearing these brand Rand shirts. There's just no reason. Okay. Put those on clearance and get rid of them just like you did the Bambi-eyed bitch palette. But when she tells us that this is the man that she did not have an orgasm from, we're all like, yeah, we know. Do you think this man has ever given anyone an orgasm without first giving them cash? The only thing orgasmic about him was his pretend money, his pretend Range Rovers. This is a guy who has never pleased a woman. He doesn't know where the vagina is. He knows it's somewhere down there. He takes his shot. He moves it around. She's got to put it in herself. It's a whole thing. He can't look at it directly. He gets too nervous. He starts to giggle. This is a guy who gets on top of you and it's, the chest hair is wet and he's just like, hey, baby, do you want to be in my movie? It's like, well, what movie is it? I don't know, something with 50 Cent. Want to hear about pickleball? And he's like a half pump chump. Look at this dude. I'm going to have to make myself smaller to just show. This man has never made any woman come in her whole life. No. All the sounds he hears during sex are from actresses. Okay. He gatekeeps with his wiener. And that's the only reason he ever gets any love in the club. And I hope for the rest of this man's life, allegedly, according to me, he never gets to know the touch of a woman again. A man, woman, anyone. Just himself. He can rub his breastises and play with his own little dingling. But yeah, and you owe Jax over $70,000. He said that on Watch What Happens Live tonight. If you could pay him back, you're a liar, sir. You're a liar and a faker. And how dare you steal vagina? This is a transactional relationship. You have the money. They have the looks. If you don't bring the money and they bring the looks, he's got to pay Lala too. He's going to have to pay her too because it's a lie. Because you didn't have the money. No, your personality sucks. You're way too far into pickleball. You're a cheater. You're in gold chains. You owe 50 Cent money. Now you owe Jax Taylor money. Like, what a step down in owing money. You clearly have a gambling problem, allegedly. You're always at these gambling tournaments. Well, whose money? Jax thought he was buying in to be a producer on a movie. He was buying into Randall playing celebrity poker. Oh my God, give me a break. Yes, he got Jax's money because Jax gave it to him because they were buddies. Where am I? And Jax shared all this information tonight on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And it's well over 70,000. And Brittany's like, is it 200,000? Did you give you 200 Kentucky dollars? And he was like, I don't know if it's that much. And Andy Cohen called. He goes, did he say you could produce a movie? And Jax goes, I'm not going to say. No, I'm not going to. And Brittany's like, he did. He said it was going to be a movie about Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is the best chicken. Okay. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so she was going on. Lala was. I don't even need this. I'm not listening to anything. About how, I haven't had an orgasm since 2016, and she hasn't had sex since Ocean was conceived, and that she never enjoyed sex with this man. I mean, put it in the chat. Did anyone think Randall, you need to come back down to reality, sir. I know you've lived in La La Land long enough and you pretended to have money and you wear V-neck tight t-shirts so your nippies show, and you leased a Range Rover while probably using some elderly parents' credit or someone else's, ID or someone else's identity. Allegedly, this is all for fun, commentary and comedy. Don't sue me because I'm not paying you because you don't pay people. So no, Big Ed, we're not buying it. We're not buying it. And you shouldn't either. The fact that you got any of the women you did, you should be going back to church, finding Jesus, finding all the Holy Spirits, and doing the Lord's work the rest of your life because you got far too lucky. Ugh. Ugh. It just, ugh. But he owes Jack's money. Okay. So Lala's like, I've never had an orgasm with him where we're like, duh, girl, duh. That wasn't why you got with him. You got with him BJ's for PJs. Okay. Can you imagine even having to like put the thing in the mouth and I've eaten nasty things before because people are like, try this. It's so good. And then I'm like, ew, gross. Or someone will go, try this. It's gross. And then I'll still put it in my mouth. And then I'm like, oh, why'd I eat that? Like I've had nasty tasting food in my mouth. So I can only imagine what I don't even want to imagine because I just would never. There's no movie. You could be like, Joleen, you're going to be the next Meryl Streep. Okay. You can have Angela Bassett did the thing. You can be Angela Bassett. And I'd be like, listen, I would love to be Angela Bassett. And she did do the thing and she did deserve a lot, but no, thanks. I'll just be normal. I'll just be, I'll take out a mortgage on a house. I don't need whatever you got going on. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, ladies. It's not worth it. Okay. I digress because yuck. These kind of dudes in LA needs to be shot down. Okay. Not like shot, but I'm talking about like sit down, little guy. Okay. Are you, little 5'5"ers, and it's like, you're 5'3" at best and you're wearing lifts in your shoes. So go home, go back to Ohio, or wherever you're from, open up a horse ranch. I don't know. Don't even do that to horses. Just go away. Go away. You don't know anything. You're trying to be cool and it's not working. It's not working. Okay. All right. So, Katie says after Lala's like, oh my God, the sheets were so wet. They were so wet. Katie says, I am so glad that I now know for sure that Rachel sucks and that she's not someone I am ever going to be friends with in my whole entire life. And Christina Kelly is like, that is so true. And I'm pregnant. And I do make lip gloss. And my child's father, baby daddy, is a DJ, but not like DJ James Kennedy. We've been together for a long time and we allegedly live in Santa Monica. So whatever you say, Katie, you are so right. Okay. And then James and Allie go to their tarot card reading. And this was one of my favorite scenes because Allie is hilarious because it's so LA. All my friends are tarot people. All my friends basically are astrology people. I like myself a little astrology. I love being like, I'm an Aquarius, and just blaming all my bad traits on it. Oh, I'm emotionally distant and I don't call you back. It's because I'm an Aquarius. We're just like that. We're quirky. It's nothing against you, girl. We just like our alone time. Oh, I'm not dependable. Well, Aquariuses are known to kind of, take care of me first. So good luck with that. Am I late again? It's probably my fun Aquarius nature. I just lose track of time. So I do like myself some astrology. And some of my friends my friend Sarah, her mom, she does all the readings and it is fascinating. But if you live in LA, it's kind of an ongoing joke that like every girl in her 20s, every woman in their 30s, they're going to know about all the pseudoscience of astrology. And I love it. I love it for us. If it makes you feel good, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. Okay. It's not telling anybody, hey, you can't get married. It's just saying, oh, your moon's in Aries today. And then there's a Saturn tornado coming. So you might want to get married till tomorrow. They don't care if you're gay, straight, anything. They're like, love is love, but also not this Sunday because Mercury is in retro poop and you should not. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So Allie's like, my goal is to one day, I don't even think I have a picture of Allie. So we'll just put up Lala, who I'm sure will scream at Allie one day like this. My goal is to one day be a professional astrologer and get paid to do readings. So that's my goal. And she's like, James, I'm taking you on a very fancy date today. We're going to get a tarot card reading. He's never had a tarot card reading before. And then the tarot guy is my favorite. Oh my God. And I have tarot cards. Let me just grab them here for you guys. Okay, so I have tarot cards because they were on sale at TJ Maxx. And I was like, I'm going to learn to do it. I didn't. But I feel like I did, but I didn't. I didn't take any time. So he's like, oh, you've never done this before. Well, sit down. Your auras are bleeding. Oh my gosh. Would you like a spiritual tampon? Okay, let's see. Let me get going here. Okay. And then he just like grabbed the cards and he's like, all right, oops. Spirit, move me where you would have me go. Knight of Cups. Oh my God, you got Knight of Cups. It's either you're going to die tonight or you're going to make a lot of money in your next job, but you're definitely trying to get over something, probably a girlfriend, because I've watched this show before and you were in that relationship with that Raquel, but the cards are telling me she's a gazelle and she's too tall for you because you didn't let her wear heels and she had to wear kitten heels, and nobody likes kitten heels unless you have plantar fasciitis, which it says right here. You might have a little plantar fasciitis. You too, Allie. So you got to watch your feet. Take care of them. All right. Because as you get older, it's not as cute. You can wear wedges all night at your comedy shows, but then you'll turn 43 one day and you can only wear platforms. This guy is the spaghetti lion, and that means that carbs are not good for you and you're going to have to wear platform shoes. I also see that you guys are, twin flame. Yeah, you're twin flames, which is a really scary cult you should stay away from. There's a great podcast about it and you will listen to it now that I said that. So you're basically each other's everything. One person can decide that. Both don't have to decide it. But when you do, the whole cult will come for you. Okay. Because that's how twin flames work. And it's a pyramid scheme of love. So good luck. And it was just my favorite. It was my favorite thing. I loved it. The spirit moved me where you have me go. Knight of Cups, twin flame union. And, James Kennedy's like, I've heard of this twin flames union before. Okay. And then James Card's like, oh, you're finally ready to move on because you got the smiley sun. The sad sun means you're still in the shadows. And this means you're ready to shine, homeboy. So shine, homeboy, shine. And then James is like, I feel like I want to cry because I've never done traditional therapy, which I definitely should do because it would help me because I clearly have a lot of mommy issues, emotional issues, drinking issues, all the issues. I'm codependent. I cannot be alone. I am a monogamous 24/7, even though I'm not a monogamous. I just really like being in a relationship and pretending to be a monogamous, but this really helped me. Thank you. Now I'll never go to therapy. And the guy's like, you're welcome. It'll be 8,000 Vanderpump dollars and free advertising for my tarot card company. And then they kiss and he's like, I love you, babe. And then Allie's like, I love you too. But I mostly love tarot cards and being on TV. Am I still on TV? Hi, my friend Zach. My friend Zach and I used to work for AfterBuzz. Is the TV on? Hi. I can host on E! Entertainment if you need me. Hello. Welcome to the red carpet. What are you wearing? A dress. That's awesome. Next, I learned a lot at AfterBuzz TV. So that was a really cute scene with the two of them. I'm sure they're going to last forever. And then we go to Lisa talking to the Toms at Pump. Boring. Bring a book. They decided to stick with Greg. Of course, Greg is going to lead you at least on a path, and they don't want to buy out or get their shares bought out with Lisa and Ken. So they're like, no. And then but Schwartz was really opening up to Lisa. He's like, yeah, we're not going to open on time. We need like 50K. I mean, I really think I was watching YouTube comments the other day because that's where I get my inspiration. Again, therapy, no thank you. I go to the comments of YouTube, which we all know are the least toxic place and the place where you can really learn how to be yourself and gain a lot of wisdom. And the YouTube comment says, don't let getting it perfect get in the way of getting it done. And that changed my whole life. That changed. I wouldn't have got divorced if I had seen that YouTube comment. Schwartz is just on one. And Lisa's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You guys, you got to open yesterday. You got to open the day before. You got to open like when Nene Leaks was going to buy the pump location. I said, not today, Satan. And I bought it from under her, allegedly. Okay, so you got to do that. Oh my God, Lisa. Oh, Lisa Vanderpump's not happy with you. And then Sandy Butt, from probably having some new ussy times, he was all in his testosterone. All right. He had his white pants on and he was not on his period. So he was feeling himself. You know, when you got white pants and you're not menstruating, you're like, no one can stop me. And then all of a sudden you're like, my period. I got to go home, guys. I shouldn't be out like this. But no, he did not have his period. So he was feeling himself in white pants. And he said, no, Schwartz, no, we're going to open. Okay. And he got really aggro about it. And he was just like, I don't give up what has to happen, but we are opening on the 31st. We are doing it. And he like kind of turns his back on Schwartz. And Schwartz was like, that's okay. I guess I just don't. It's like, I don't have any feelings. I'm just going to go back to the YouTube comments. Oh, look at this one says, you suck and you're untalented. Oh, had I seen that a month ago, I'd be in a totally different place now. So the new ussy testosterone is really getting to Sandy Butt. And he's just like, we're opening. And then they say they're going to tweet it. And Lisa's like, do it, tweet it, do everything. Take your clothes off. Oops, sorry, naughty Lisa. Then we go to Brock and Sheena's, and they're talking about kids and their wedding, and they have a board behind their, make sure you smash that like, you guys, if you haven't already. They have a board behind their, I think it's their oven, and it's all the things they're working on in their relationship, which good. I think couples should be. I mean, relationships are work and they're about to get married, but they have reminders of what they need to do within a day. And they're new parents now, so I get it. But I'm also like, should Brock really have to be reminded to brush his teeth? Is that like not a thing in Australia? How the, toilets go backwards? Do the days of the week that you have to brush your teeth do too? Because it's every day. You have to brush your teeth every day, multiple times a day, and you have to floss. And if you don't like flossing, you can get those little picky stick things. I love those, the minty ones. Oh, they're so good. Secret for you guys, if you really want to like treat your gums nice, use the picks every night before bed. I did it, changed my gum life. Okay, changed my gums for the better, because just the regular old floss, not as good as the pickies. But don't picky too hard. Okay, be nice to your gums. So Brock is not brushing his teeth every day. Brock, he's wearing banana hammocks and he's not brushing his teeth every day. Okay, Sheena, we're going to have to shut that shit down and get some Listerine, okay? Because there are bacteria. Okay. So then they talk about they have to be kissing for 1 minute. And I'm thinking, 1 minute? That doesn't seem like much. But honestly, if you have to kiss your significant other, my husband won't do this, but I'll ask him, hey, Chell, can you come give me just one like smooch for a minute and see how long it is?
A minute?
Yeah.
I'm not filming a porno.
He said he's not filming a porno. But like no open mouth, just like and then we time it.
No.
Okay, he's not comfortable with that. He's not as much of, I'm an Aquarius, he's an Aries. It had to be his idea. Then he would do it. It's not his idea. Okay. So that's how Aries roll. But I love them. I love them so much. Okay. And the Aquarius in me is like, let's do it. Let's take our pants off. Let's see what happens, but very safe. He's not going to sell himself for a couple super chats. He's not going to do that. Okay. So thank you, Marie Lennon. I appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys' nice comments and understanding my complete weirdness and eccentricity, I guess you could say. Okay, it's because I'm an Aquarius. But literally, if you had to kiss, let's just pretend this is my handsome husband, Chell, and you have to kiss. I'm going to set a timer. Hey, Siri. She never answers me.
Are you using AI to recreate me?
I am. Hey, Siri. Oh, she said I have airplane mode on. Some people will log off to be like, this bitch is really going to kiss a bottle for a minute to prove a point. I am. Okay. Hey, Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Set timer for 1 minute. Okay, here we go. I should play some music. One minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. That was hot and very romantic. Very hot and romantic. That was a minute. So that's what they're practicing. Kissing for a minute. That's a long time. I know everyone's thinking that, catnip. Everyone's thinking but Sheena and Brock are practicing 1 minute intimate smooch. And that's like no like Frenching, no opening your mouth a little, no nothing. It's just, they were just like, so I'm like, that would be a long time. And it was a long time. That was me in this bottle. Like, I'll call you. I won't. I'm not going to call him. But I'm going to tell him I'm going to call him. You were great. He wasn't that great. So they're working on that. They're working on, keeping the romance alive. And Brock brushing his teeth. And I can see why they're not kissing for a minute because it's a long time. And Brock allegedly is not brushing his teeth. Okay. Then they talk about Mexico. And her friend calls. Jamie called. And Jamie was all like, hey, girl, I'm a bridesmaid. And she was like, what's up? I know you're a bridesmaid. And then Jamie said, well, listen to this. It's 2 weeks before the wedding. And I can't get a room. And I'm thinking, Jamie, even my ass knows that you can't be calling up a place 2 weeks before the damn wedding and expecting to get a hotel room at the resort, the all-inclusive resort. What the frick was Jamie doing? Someone said there might have been a problem with her deposit, but Jamie, you're a bridesmaid. That should be the first thing you do, or don't accept the challenge. Now, I didn't have a wedding. Me and my husband went to Vegas. We didn't want to bother people. And I also didn't want to buy people I barely like some of my family members, food or alcohol. I want to do my own thing. But if you're going to be accepting, I've been a bridesmaid plenty of times. You got to make those arrangements. And even I wouldn't be that bad. So Jamie is like, sorry, they're sold out. And Sheena's like, there's no freaking way. Brock, hold on. I can't kiss you for a full minute. I'm going to call right now. I'm going to have to be like, excuse me? My friend Jamie waited till the last minute to get something at your resort, being a hotel room, and she has to stay by me because she's a bridesmaid, and I have to be by my bridesmaids because we're going to have a white party. We're going to have all kinds of party, okay? And all my friends are going to be there, and so what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, my God. You know what we should do, Brock? And Brock's like, you know what we should do is we should have ask that, what's her name? Katie. She's still being mean to you, babe. She was like, she is. She's being really like a big bitch to me. Well, won't we tell her? We'll buy her out of her room, and then we'll take that room and we'll sell it to Jamie. You're like a freaking genius. That's why I'm marrying you. Okay. I'm going to talk to her about that because seriously, she doesn't even want to be there, but she's still going to go to Mexico. Yeah, right. Jamie needs to be there. Jamie. Oh, God, Jamie, this bitch. She should have got, Katie. Oh my God, she better not. Okay. We will. Yeah, babe, we're going to buy her out. We'll say, hey, Katie, you've been a good friend. You've been kind of a bitch. Okay. So you can't go with Tashina in my wedding. Okay. You can't, experience my luxurious hair in the sun and the sand if you're going to be a bitch to my future wife. All right. Okay, so we'll see how that's going to work. And in the words of Dorinda Medley, not well, bitch. It's not going to work well. Okay. Then they're like, we give Katie $1,000 back, and then, it'll work. It'll work. I love Australians. I love Australians. Oh my God. I think I am part Australian. It's like, yeah, it'll work. What do you think? Are you up for it? Okay, let's get it done. All right. Probably a horrible Australian accent, but you get it. It's Brock. So they have that. Then Tom and Ariana's house, Katie comes over. Katie says, I want to have a pool party. I was mourning Charlotte by myself because my significant other, Tom Sandybutt, was, out partying. She didn't say it like that, but I would have been very bitter about it because he was too busy hugging a Bambi-eyed bitch. That old elderly man, Tom Sandybutt, was, hugging this Bambi-eyed bitch. And so, okay, now I want to have a pool party. I'm going to have some fun in the sun at my house. And Katie's like, that would be great, because Katie's like, there's a lesson in holding in your emotions by Katie Maloney. She should really teach a class of how to look excited while also looking so annoyed. Yeah, that would be so fun if you had a pool party. That would be great. I would definitely go. I kind of love it. I know not a lot of you are here for Katie, but I'm kind of here for her in this episode. Okay. And other episodes. All right. So then they talk about that they are going to practice their business pitch. Okay. Because they have investors, because they don't want to be like Tom and Tom, who are just like, I don't know. We have a restaurant, we have a bar, whatever, circle jerk. They don't know what they're doing. They're just the figureheads. You can't just pour shitty drinks, add beers to things that don't want you to add beer to it and say, oh, I'm a specialty cocktail guy. No, you're supposed to be an owner, a 0.26% owner of this bar, but you're not acting like it. So they're like, we don't want to put all of our money in like these idiots did. We want to get investors. And we have to come up with a business pitch and a plan. So they're really preparing. I'm very proud of Katie and Ariana. Get those investors, get that money. Something about her sandwiches will be fantastic. I'm going to patronize it. I don't care. I'm patronizing it. I'm going to buy some merch. I am going to do the damn thing because I've always wanted a feminine sandwich. I don't know what that is, but I know it's not salami. Okay. And I'm kind of sick of salami. So I got all the salamis. Okay, that's private. You didn't need to know that, but I overshare. So then they have Sabina over, and Sabina is a delight. I mean, showing up business cash with the suit coat, pink, looking so good. Sabina walks in, and she is just, oh my God, she is so supportive. And she was actually giving me some business tips. I took a couple little notes here, she's like, okay, you're just going to practice your pitch. It's very, low key. I believe in you guys. I believe in your souls. I believe in your hearts. And I believe in women power. So uteri unite. And let's talk about it. So basically, people connect when you're talking to investors, people connect to the human being rather than the concept. And I was like, holy shit, Sabina, that is true. You got to sell yourself because people need to want to work with you. You can have the best idea in the world, but if you're a shit face and you're an asswipe, they'll be like, I can get that idea from someone else, because there's no such thing as an original idea, original thought. Everything's basically been done. We're living in the Matrix. Where's Keanu Reeves? So you really have to sell yourself in your own story. So that's what she was telling them. And she said, people connect to the human being rather than the concept. And as someone who writes scripts and things, that's true. When you're pitching this shit, they always want to know, why did you need to write this? Like, why should we buy this script from you? And why does this story need to be told now? And I'm like, holy shit, Sabina, will you come and be my life coach? So she's right about that for their pitch for investors. So why you, why now? And then, they both have very good answers, because Katie and Ariana are both smart women. They're not dum-dums like their significant others. They definitely have dated down through the years. They've had their own issues. Katie's had her own issues with, not always knowing how to treat people. But as far as intelligence, far above their male counterparts on the show. So Ariana is just like, it's a male-dominated field. And they're like, yeah, everywhere it's Sausage City for sandwiches. Okay? And I'm just like, that's true. That is a damn true. Jimmy's, John's, Subway, Jared, gross. I'm sure Subway was created by a man because it sucks. No offense, men. You're great. But Harry Carey's, no, what's another place? Jersey Mike's. Who the fuck is Jersey Mike's? And anyone from Jersey wouldn't call themselves Jersey Mike's. What's another sandwich shop, Chell?
The sandwich shop.
The sandwich shop. Is that a thing?
Quiznos.
Quiznos, dude. Got to be another dude one. Sabaro, no, that's pizza. You know what I'm saying? It's just dude city, okay? Too many penises in sandwiches these days, all right? We could use a little bit of ovarian energy. So that's what they're bringing. I'm like, I like this. I like it. I like it. I like it. And then, Ariana's like, I've been a mixologist for years. I have successful, book, and I've worked in the restaurant industry. And then Katie comes in with, my mom ran it. I grew up in a restaurant, in the business, in the biz. So I'm like a Nepo sandwich kid. And so, yeah, you should want to hire me because this is like full circle, or you should want to invest in this. And Sabina, this sweetie wipe the CD, I want to be her best friend because she seems so positive. She's like, that like gave me chills. That gave me chills, Katie. And Katie's like, thank you. I would show happiness, but I don't know if I can do that yet. I was married to Tom Schwartz for too long. Okay. So I don't know if I have happy within my repertoire of emotions. So they have a very successful meeting. Yeah. Like Firehouse. Come on. Jimmy's John's. Yeah. Pot's Bellies. Yeah. Quiznos for sure. Minecraft. No, there was Silver Mine when I lived in Arizona. That was a good place, but it had penis all over it. I'm like, oh, Dick City in there, And it's like, what if I want a little bit of a vaginal sandwich, Give me that option. So they're going to have a feminine, fun sandwich with drinks and some merchy merch. I do think they have to work on their merch a little bit because I like it, but it's coming off real. Like you can see the screen print on the t-shirts. The sweatshirt's great, but that t-shirt, I'm like, let's get a little blending in there. We can't just go through T's are us. You are names now on a show, but I'm sure they'll work on that. Okay. Then Rachel is working at SIR, working. James Kennedy comes in. Okay. And Rachel's working, and here's her at work. I think this is basically what her job consists of. And she's like, hey, I just want to check in on you, James, because you left boys' night when girls showed up. I thought that was weird, right? And he's like, no, I was like literally supposed to be boys' night. Neither of them can have a mature conversation. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, maybe I did. Because, I have a girlfriend. And I've been known to have sex with other girls while I have girlfriends. So I have to be very careful when I have a girlfriend. She's like, I just want to make sure that it's going to be okay. Like, if you're literally around me and Allie might not be. Like, if you're at Scandoval's pool party. James is like, I didn't even hear about Scandoval's pool party. Oh my God, I didn't even know that was like a thing. I don't think I'm invited. And she's like, you literally are invited to Tom Sandoval's pool party? Because Tom Sandoval told me while we were having an interesting conversation that you were invited. And he's like, what the hell? How am I not been invited? This is my own friends. I've known them for years, and now they just leave me for Rachel Raquel. She just comes in, she sweeps up all my friends. Can't even hang out, can't even cheat on anybody anymore because everybody's looking and watching. Supposed to be sober, but I'm not. I'm California sober, but I'm also Utah sober, but I'm also Wisconsin sober, which means I binge drink still, but only binge drink. I don't have regular cocktails, so just pound them back. And she's like, yeah. And in this scene, you guys, I was like, she never once mentioned Ariana's pool party. Ariana was the one that brought the pool party idea within this episode. Okay. She said Tom Sandoval's pool party. She kept saying Sandoval. Sandoval said you're invited. Tom Sandoval's pool party. She never, it was like Ariana didn't exist. So that is when my brain went, for sure they are doing it not well. They are doing it because she's at that stage of the affair where maybe subconsciously or consciously, she has just forgotten Ariana's name. Ariana doesn't even exist anymore. It's just Tom Sandoval. Tom Sandoval said, and then Tom Sandoval's house and Tom Sandoval's pool party. And I was like, oh, so mad. And inviting James, yes, and saying, no, Tom Sandoval said you can come because I talked to Tom Sandoval about Tom Sandoval's pool party because it's at Tom Sandoval's house. And me and Tom Sandoval we spend some Tom Sandoval time together because Tom Sandoval will be there. So you're okay to go because Tom Sandoval told me that you could be there. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was like, this is already grossing me out. Then Ariana and Katie go to Tom Tom, and Ariana invites Logan. So we see this new little Logie guy, this new little blondie bear, we'll call him. And he is a server. And he, as I was doing my stalking, he is in a lot of reels and videos and Instagram photos with all of them before the Scandoval came out. So, but he seems to be very team Ariana, which I think he even publicly made that. But I was like, okay, we might be adding a couple little side characters here. I'm here for it, because I'm definitely not here for this. He was also there when this happened I think he was there, and this was at some festival that Tom Sandybutt was too old to be at, where everyone does mushrooms and touches their genitals or something. It's like I forget what it's called. What is it? It doesn't matter. It's in California. It's a reason to wear light up scrunchies and have sex with your friend's boyfriend of 10 years. It's just a place you can listen to music that doesn't have lyrics and just go, let me get on your shoulders. And they do. So they're like, Logan, would you like to come to the pool party? And Logan's like, I would love that. Thank you so much. And then they're like, we need some culture at it. And Logan's like, I got it together, caboodles. Then Lisa Vanderpump comes over and she's like, oh, darling, I am not even attractive. I've been wearing this outfit all day. I love rich people. Who hasn't been wearing their outfit all day? How many changes do you do? You're at work. And then they start talking about something about her. They're like, Lisa, we're having success with our pitch. And, investors are starting to talk to us. This is exciting. Lisa's like, oh, hopefully you girls want a place down the street on Robertson. It's right around the corner from Sir. You're like my little children, baby. You didn't come from my baby door, but it feels like you did because you're all very painful throughout the years. You've caused me so much pain. It's like you ripped open my uterus, but you didn't. Metaphorically, you did. I pushed you out, and now you're out, conquering the world, except for the Toms. They're still very special, and they need a lot of attention and help. They don't know what they're doing. So Katie and Ariana are like, we know what we're doing, and we're going to have a party tomorrow. Lisa will be our business neighbor, and Lisa's like, you're still my children to me, and if you ever make more money than me, I will burn down your sandwich shop. I love you both that much. So then, let's see. Katie says she's going to Mexico and she's bringing Christina Kelly because Ariana brings that up. And Ariana's like, well, there is a situation with Sheena's bridesmaid, Jamie. Something happened with her deposit. She's only got a Discover card because she's not on the show. Wait, is this Jamie Lynn? Oh, it's probably Jamie Lynn from the Jamie Lynn podcast. She's going to have to tell us why she didn't get her room 2 weeks before. Is it Jamie Lynn from the Jamie Lynn podcast we referenced earlier? Somebody find out, because that's got to be, right? Jamie Lynn? And Sheena's friend? Jamie Lynn, what happened? What happened, girl? Oh my God, did they decline your Discover? That happened to me when I was younger too. Those high interest rates, those Discovers are like, hey, 6 months, no interest. And you're like, sign me up. And then after, they're like, and after the 6 months, 52.6% interest. You can never change it. Don't even call us. We won't answer. Okay. So, and your credit just went to shit because it's a Discover. So you'll discover that you are not doing well financially. I'm sure Jamie's doing much better than that, but I'm just thinking now, was it Jamie Lynn? Anyways, Ariana tells her, there's this whole thing going on. And so, we might, I don't know, are you still going to go? And she's like, I'm for sure going to go to Mexico. It's Christina Kelly's birthday. She's pregnant. So where do pregnant women want to go? Mexico. Every pregnant woman wants to go to Mexico. That's just a thing. I don't know why. I've never been pregnant. But Katie's like, not my problem. Okay. Because I was able to call and I was able to add Christina Kelly's pregnant ass to my room. So I don't know what Sheena's talking about. Okay. But And all right, then it's time for Tom and Ariana's pool party. We'll say Ariana's pool party because Tom just ruins the party with his outfits and fighting with women. Okay. So Rachel arrives. It's really sad because Rachel arrives and she's in her, itsy bitsy teeny weeny, black and colored bikini. She has a cute little top knot by Barb, hair by Barb. That's her hair girl because I had to stalk her to find all these videos for social media. Obviously, it was, for educational purposes. And shout out to Barb. Barb does do some good hair. Okay. But I wonder if she'll still be working with Rachel Raquel. She's worked with a lot of the Vanderpump people. But anyway, shout out to Hair by Barb. If you ever want to do my hair, you're more than welcome, girl. We can make a video. And I will not have sex with anyone's boyfriend unless he is John Quinones. And then all bets are off. He's my hall pass. Don't judge me. Okay. What would you do? What would you do? So Rachel Raquel shows up in her little bikini. Remember, she's 28. So I hate this when we compare ourselves to other people. Like there's a different body from when you're 28 to when you're almost 40. Okay. And Ariana has everybody's body's great. Your body's exactly how it's supposed to be. Love your body. Give your body a big hug right now because it's holding you up. My love handles are holding me and I love them so much. Okay. So thank you, body, for like being alive and doing the damn thing and being able to move and all that shit. Okay. But I hate that Ariana's 37 and just like killer, like so in shape. And yet she looks at Rachel Raquel and Rachel Raquel's just like, hi guys, I'm just as tall as the house and my legs are the size of 2 Sheenas, And that's when Ariana goes, oh, what's it like being the hottest person on the planet? And Ariana's just like, huh? I don't know. Women don't like me. It's just like, oh goodness. And I'm like, Ariana, everyone's you're the hottest. We're all the hottest. It's perfect. Okay. Then Barack shows up with his friend. He's like, I brought another Australian. Oh, thank you, Gigi. John Quinones is hot. He is so hot. And he is stability. He's not paying people to be in a glorified karaoke band. He has a legit journalist career. He is a journalist. Okay. Not like Tamar Braxton journalist. He's a journalist, but shout out to Tamar. Do love you, Tamar. I got to get into this Candy Tamar. I was watching that and I was like, oh my God, what is happening over there? And then I was watching the Escape SWV show. So good. So freaking good. Oh my God. But SWV, legend. Okay. Can we all just agree? Like SWV, love Escape, love Candy, but the hierarchy of like bangers, SWV. I mean, oh my God. My junior high wouldn't have been the same without SWV. Okay. Enough about that. ADD strikes at random. So Brock's friend shows up and he's like, I am Australian team. Brock's like, this guy looks like Schwartz. Looks like Schwartzy. And Schwartz's like, yeah, looks like me if I had a 6-pack. So this guy's like ripped Schwartz. Okay. And I'm like, okay. So then Tom Schwartz says, I know everyone is saying that I made out with Rachel Raquel at Coachella, but the real Tom that did is Australian Tom. And I was like, no, Schwartzy Bortzy. Okay. Sandy butt. It was Sandy butt. Don't bring the Australian into this. Don't you bring that Australian into this. Okay. Yes. John Quinones is 70 and he is far hotter than 57-year-old Tom Sandy butt. I mean, he's killing it. His voice alone, like, oh my God, I think I'm pregnant. I have to take a pregnancy test. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to be an older in life mother, and we're all going to love it. We're going to love it. So he tries to pass off this narrative that Rachel Raquel made out with Australian Tom, when really it was Schwartz. Be quiet. Stop with that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So then Katie, Sheena, and Christina Kelly arrive. Or no, Katie, Sheena. Okay, Katie, Lala, and Christina Kelly arrive. Lala and Sheena, they talk. And Lala's like, I cannot forgive. Okay, I need to get some Lala on the screen. I cannot. You better send it to Daryl. Okay. I just got some good dick. The sheets were so wet, I couldn't sleep in the spot. Maybe you heard about it. Maybe you didn't. Not my problem, bitch. I cannot be with Rachel Raquel anymore. Okay. I cannot forgive that Bambi-eyed bitch because she's weak. She's weak and I'm strong. All right. So she's MC Hammer and I'm Tupac. And that's just how it is. That's how it's going down. Lauren from Utah, I'm not here for that. She called me a mistress and I will not forget this. I am not a mistress. Was he married? Yes. Did I know about it? Maybe. Did he tell me he wasn't? Yes. Did I believe him? Not really. Did I care? I'll say I did, but I probably didn't. But I'm going through it now. So screw you. If you've never dealt with a big Ed liar with money and give you a Range Rover after you did a little BJ's, if you've never been on a PJ that allegedly Jax Taylor might have had to borrow him money to even rent, you don't know my struggle. I gave them my Gucci slides and I said, I can suck lots of stuff in this city and get new Gucci slides. I don't need you. But she called me a mistress. And I can't forgive that, Sheena. I can't forgive that, Sheena, baby. I cannot forgive that. Send it to Daryl. Send it to Daryl. And Sheena's like, I get it, because back in 2012, we transitioned into the show with my scene with Brandi Glanville, and it was just this seamless transition from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills into Vanderpump Rules, and no one even knew what Vanderpump Rules was, but I gave my story of being the mistress to Eddie Cibrian, but I didn't know he was married at the time. But Brandi Glanville didn't seem to care, and she said her life was better than mine. And so I'm still, from 2012 to 2022, I'm still the mistress. So I got your back, girl. And I'm like, Sheena, you do not have Lala's back in this way, because 10 minutes later, you are going to be off telling Raquel, whatever her name is, the Arizona a-hole, that Lala called her weak. So, okay. It was just funny. Sheena's like, I get it. I have your back. And I'm like, Sheena, I love you. But you don't. I know that now they have, like, they're cool with each other, obviously, because Lala bought a house next to her and their cute daughters are best friends. So mazel. But she's like, I know about the homewrecker stuff, so I have your back. And Lala's like, okay, girl, you have my back because I am ready. If she wants to come at this, she can come at this. But remember, I'm from Utah. Have you ever been to Zion National Park? That shit is beautiful, but it's also very thug. And if you've never thugged before in Zion National Park, then you don't know about this life. But I do. Okay. So there's Lala. Send it to Daryl. Then I caught a very interesting scene between Sandy Butt and Rachel Raquel and Brad. And if you guys don't know who Brad is, send it to Daryl. So Brad is another one that I've recently discovered and started following because I am a journalist on the Instagram, and he seems delightful. Very good friend with Ariana, makes a lot of content. So if you see that video of Rachel Raquel doing her like model walk by the pool, she's like, And Sheena's like, oh my God, she's so sexy. And I'm like, Sheena, check Brock's boner. Check all the men, because they are just, make sure, because if he is pitching a tent, you need to pitch him out the door. All right. Watch what's going on. Just keep an eye out. But Brad was filming that, and then he put on social media, because I was grabbing all these videos. I was just screen grabbing so I could put funny faces on them, because I am a journalist. Like I said, I am the Diane Sawyer of Bravo. So, I have to get that kind of stuff done. So Brad is there with Tom Sandy Butt and Rachel Raquel, and they're standing. And Rachel Raquel is spending, now knowing what we know, she's spending a lot of time with Sandy Butt. So they're clearly having intercourses. And Brad is there, and he's just being Brad, cute and sweet. And he's just like, hey, oh my God, I think I got some of your spray tan on me. And then Sandy Butt immediately comes to Rachel Rachel's rescue, because she's like, Rachel Raquel's like, oh my God. But at the time, she was just like staring at shorts. And Brad's there, but they don't really know he's there. But he's like, this is how all LA people are. the really beautiful model types just look at each other. They look over us. And Brad's adorable. But, I see you, Brad. I'm one of you. You are one of me. I get it. They just look for other ridiculously model looking people. And so she's looking at him and she's like, oh, embarrassing. And then Tom's like, it's probably mine. It's probably mine. It's probably my spray tan. She's like, and he's like, And they're just giggling back and forth. And Brad's like, it's not that serious. It was a short scene, but it was powerful. In that moment, I was like, he's really just in her business. And he doesn't want her to feel even a little uncomfortable, even with a spray tan faux pas. Like, oh my God. What's up, Steven? Thank you for the super chat. Haven't bravoed since 2012. Where do I start? Go to Peacock, okay? Peacock has a list of all of the Vanderpump episodes you can watch in order to get caught up to where we're at now. If you don't have enough time to binge everything, there are certain key episodes to watch. The Peacock app, and I believe on their Twitter as well, they posted a schedule with the seasons, the episodes names, episode numbers. It's awesome. But I mean, I would start from the beginning with Vanderpump Rules if you're looking to. But Peacock has literally like maybe a list of 10 episodes to get you to where you need to be. Okay? Do that. And thank you for the super chat. And once you do and you're caught up and you have an opinion, come back. I'm going to drop the link one time. Let me know in the chat or after this video post if you guys ever want me to drop the link so you can kind of give me your thoughts on this as well. I don't normally do that, but you guys are really being super supportive of my Scandoval coverage, so I appreciate it. So they're like, maybe it's he's like, maybe it's my spray tan. And she's like, and he's like, and they're just like having organisms in their pants over this. And I'm just like, Brad, run, Brad. So there's already, I'm like, why is she hanging out with Scandoval? Why isn't he with Ariana? Why isn't he with another dude? Why is he hanging out with this model who's just walking around his backyard? Like, is this a photo shoot? Oh, Brad, I have to take videos of this bikini because I got it for free. I'm a brand ambassador for it. That's how I pay for my North Hollywood apartment. So if you could like literally take a video of me, that would be so helpful. That would be so helpful. All right. So they have that scene. I was just like, ooh, watch that scene again, you guys. Watch it again and you will see that she's like, and he's like, and then poor Brad's like, I think you got your spray tan. And they're like, no, it was me. No, it was me. No, it was me. No, it was me. And then they made babies in their bikinis. It was too much. Okay. So then, oh my God, it just gets better and better. This episode just got better and better. James talks to Sheena about the wedding, and James is so passive aggressive. He's like, yeah, so it's not a big deal that you didn't invite my girlfriend to the wedding. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to invite my girlfriend. Cheerio, and all that other stuff, and Prince William and justice for Harry and Meghan, and Prince Charles and Camilla can suck it or not. Anyways, so I'm going to be at your wedding in Mexico, but Allie's coming because Allie has to come because I'm in love with her. I met her 2 days ago and I love her. This is serious. Should I ask her to marry me? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But she's 28 years old, but she's never been on a trip by herself, or I mean with a significant other, and she's going to have to spend some time by herself. So how long do you think, Sheena, I'm going to be away from her? Give me a time. And Sheena's like, probably like from 6 to 11, because like everybody's spouses and significant others didn't get invited to my wedding. Because this is the second one, and it's really important, okay? So not that long. And he's like, oh, okay, so Raquel got invited. No big deal. Yeah, that she got invited, but like, I'm not getting like left out or anything. Allie is, because Allie is, excited about this going to Mexico, even though we just started dating, but it's fine. It's totally fine. And it's not even an issue. But so can she come to anything? Well, some spouses and significant others are able to come to the pre-party, the white party. Some are able to come to the post-party, but the actual wedding is it's full because we have dancers who are going to be wearing disco ball outfits. Jax and Brittany are going to be there, but they chose not to be on camera because on Watch What Happens Live, they said that they wanted all the attention to come to me. But I think it's because Jax had new Botox and he wasn't ready to share it. And then Brittany's eyebrow Botox was touching her hairline. So they had to wait for that to relax. So they didn't want to be on camera. But yeah, so you can come to the pre-party. She can come. And maybe the pre-party and then the after. But the after party and the wedding itself is full. And if you could give your room to Jamie, that'd be great, because the wedding's in 2 hours and she still hasn't gotten her room yet. So yeah, sorry. So James, by this point, he's like, everyone's choosing Raquel. It's like, what the fuck, Raquel? I brought her into this group. I've been here for 8 years fighting people, being upset and being a dickhead. Why don't they like me? They're picking Raquel. So he's mad. He's like, Allie, respect Allie. It's like, girl, Allie's great, but how long is she going to be here? I mean, we do not have time. You gotta, no, she just got to the party. Okay, she's gonna have to wait in the room, and she's 28. She can hang out at the bar, or she can just not go to Mexico. All right, so he's like, I feel like my friends are picking Rachel, and I'm so mad. And then Lala is like back to being like, I'm a sprayer. Oh, bitch, I got some D. I'm a sprayer, and she was talking about how she's a squirter. That's just pee. That's just pee. When people are like, I'm squirting, it's just pee. So I hear. I'm not a squirter. But I have peed my pants before when I was drunk, before I got sober. And so if that's the case, then I squirted too, but it was just in my pants. So I know Lala really wants us to just be all up in her sexy time. And I know she's like, disengage, bitch. Well, maybe tell that to your urinary tract. Bitch, disengage, bitch, because it's doing too much. But also, no kink shame. If that's your thing, you want to spray a little pee out during sexy time with Big Don, go ahead. But also, maybe don't tell all of us. Maybe don't put it out there like it's something that we're like, I wish I could do that. I can. I just got to drink a lot of water and just pee. So anyone can spray. You can spray, he can spray, we can spray together. Cat spray, it's just pee. Just pee. It's your urine. Be careful, okay? You don't want a UTI. I don't know if that's what causes it. But anyways, so she's talking about, I need some more Big Don. And then she's like, but I can't because my mom is at my house and Ocean's there. And then Christina Kelly's pregnant ass is like, you can do it in Katie's guest bedroom. I'm like, excuse me, Katie might have sheets she likes. She probably has some nice West Elm sheets, okay? And those West Elm sheets are expensive. And if you're just gonna pee all over it or get it so wet, like you talked about earlier, you gotta bring your own sheets. You gotta bring your own blow-up mattress. Take it to the laundry room. She lives in an apartment now. Take it to the laundry room. I don't know if she has in-unit laundry. Take it to the bathroom. In the tub. Well, no, because I bathe in there. Or Katie bathes in there. But I'm thinking like it's mine. No, now you've squirted. It's too wet. It's too moist. We can't have that. So Lala's like, no, I can't. I just want someone to kiss. I just want someone to make out with. I want Big Don. I want Big Don's Don. We're like, all right, we're still talking about Big Don. Yeah, spray it. Don't say it. Just spray it. She sprays it on the wall. He was like, what's your number? And she just wrote it in her own spray. So yeah. I mean, yeah, poor kid. Sticky sheets. Yeah, it's a lot. We get it, Lala. You are getting it in, and good for you. But it's a lot, Lala. It's a lot. Ooh la la la. You talk too much about spraying and sex. Ooh la la la. We've all had intercourse before, so we know how it works. We know how. But I feel like she's saying it in a way to like impress us. Like, ooh, and then I broke the window with my stream, and you're like, okay, okay. I got in his eye. Oh, okay. He got pink eye. Ooh, God, that's bad. That's not good, Lala. So she's talking about that. James talks to Lala. He starts stirring the pot. He's like, oh, Lala, you want to play with Allie? She is my love. Oh, 'tis my lady. Oh, 'tis my love. Oh, but she were a disc or a DJ. Wicka machine. How I would love her more. Or a whiskey clean. So he wants to stir the pot because people are paying too much attention to Rachel Raquel and not giving enough love to Allie. So he's like, what's up, lady? So yeah, Lala, sounds like Rachel was talking about you. Yeah, she came to boys' night and she was like, yeah, I told Lala she's a mistress and she's blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, James stirring the pot with Katie, Christina, Kelly, and Lala. And then Rachel's outside talking to Sheena about the girls. And she's like, oh my God, I just wanted to like be a single girl. And they were making fun of my Galaxy machine. And it was like really mean because it helps me sleep. And it has the stars on the ceiling. And then I listened to Paris Hilton's Stars Are Blind. Even though the stars are crazy, even though the stars are blind, I'll show you mine. And then I was like eating all of their leftovers, and they were just like being really mean to me. And Sheena's like, oh my God, that's horrible. It's horrible. I can't even. Sheena had like her sunglasses on, and Sheena's sunglasses all night were like this. She was like, oh my God, are you serious? Well, also, Lala said you're weak. So I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. And then Rachel Raquel is like, I think Lala is literally pathetic. Does she have a swimsuit endorsement and a dog? A labradoodle? I don't think so. I do. Sheena's like, exactly. Thank you. Exactly. So they're having their little conversation about that. Sheena again says, Rachel, Lala called you weak. Ariana tries to be a peacemaker, which is so sad watching Ariana in this episode because she is pulling out all the stops to be like, hey, you guys, I really want to get us to a place where, you know, we're good and, you know, let's just like nip this in the bud. Let's really try to solve this, you know, and the whole time I'm just like, oh, Ariana, you're a good person. She's like, hey, let's try to get along, ladies. Let's do the damn thing. So she's, you know, is trying to, you know, make the ladies see that, hey, let's get some peace. And, you know, she has Rachel's back, and I'm just like, oh, you have Rachel's back while she's stabbing you in the back. I hate this for you, Ariana. And Ariana's like, okay, you guys, but let me just say we should have some peace here. And I heard you made fun of her Galaxy light maker. Okay. I heard that's what you did. So, and Lala straight up lies. Like they were for sure hating on Rachel Raquel's light up nighttime sky at the hotel in Vegas. Lala's like, oh my God, no, bitch. We were loving it. Okay, we all loved it. That's what she's not understanding, is that we loved it. Send it to Daryl. Okay, I wanted to send one to Daryl so he can get some more sleep because I have been keeping him busy. We loved it. And I'm like, you did not love it. You did not love it. And then Katie says she needs to get her head checked. And this changes everything. Katie just makes a comment and says she thinks that Rachel Raquel needs to get her head checked. So I got my head checked. And that is when Logan, new little blonde server Logan, delivers his line straight to camera. I think he forgot. He's new to this, being involved in this reality show, even though I think he's worked at TomTom for a while. But he was like, that's not very nice. That's mean. And he looked right in the camera, and I was like, oh, Logan, we're going to have to work on that. And Ariana was like, hey, don't say that. That's mean. And here comes Tom Sandybutt. And he's just like, hey, Katie, you have this way of thinking that just because how you think things should go, everyone else's life should be that way. And it's not. Sandybutt, all of his balls went up into his throat. He was like, oh, you talk about Rachel Raquel. You said that she needs to get her head checked. Well, now I am activated. And that activated him. It was insane. Just from she needs to get her head checked about Rachel. Logan again goes, that is mean. And he looked right at the camera. So hilarious. And then Ariana was like, Katie, that's not nice. That's not nice. But Sandybutt was like, let me tell you something. Okay. And he gets it on, gets it going with all the ladies. Of course, he's bucking up to women like he loves to do. He's like, I'm ready to fight a lady, but not a man. And then Ariana's like, Tom, I'm walking away from this because I'm not going to do this Tom versus the girls again, because Ariana's sick of this. She can never just have these conversations or arguments with her girlfriend. Tom Sandybutt always has to get involved. He always has to press the buttons of the women. He always has to get into the women's business when there's no need. He wants to fight the women. And it's just like, Tom, back off. You know, either you want to fight us or you want to have sex with us. And it's all very inappropriate. And it's a bad look for Ariana too, because she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. So she walks away. He doesn't care. He keeps going. Then Raquel joins. She's just like standing there like this. And then Lala's like, are you here to partake in the conversation? And that's when Raquel goes, yeah, what's the issue? And then Lala patronizes Rachel as Rachel tries to like put together a coherent sentence, which, you know, it's a little bit of a struggle bus situation. And she's like, come on, spit it out. You can do it. Put it together. And again, Lala is very patronizing. And thank God for Lala and for some of the other ladies that Raquel did turn out to be such a monster this season, because let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I mean, you can say you knew all along Raquel was like this, but okay. We know how the dynamic of Vanderpumprules works. It's always been kind of a team up bully mentality from the women on the women they don't like. It happened to Sheena. It happened to Ariana. So, you know, it happened to Raquel. They did it to Lala for a little bit. And then Lala just joined forces with the same people who kind of bullied her. A lot of slut shaming. I mean, from day one, Katie and them were just like, they slut shamed Lala so badly. That's why, you know, early on, we were all like cheering for Lala, or a lot of us were, because, you know, I was like, own it. She's a young woman. If she wants to put a picture of her and her butt on Instagram, she has every right to do that. That doesn't mean she's a whore. That doesn't mean anything. That just means that's the picture she put up. She likes her butt. What's wrong with liking your butt? You know, love your butt. But then she sold her soul. It kind of feels like, you know, to some of these ladies in the more recent seasons. And then it's like, okay. But very lucky that happened, because had Raquel not been such a snake, like Marissa's saying, people would have felt bad for Raquel again, because we had been feeling bad for her for all these seasons. And if you knew so much that she was such a snake, then you would have seen things. There'd be more that you would have done or said about her snake behavior. You would have seen how she moves around the dudes, but we never got those conversations. To us, it just looked like, and I think to them too, that she was just really obsessed with James Kennedy and getting in the group and getting on the show, which is kind of snaky, you know, opportunist, but they're all opportunistic, you know, especially those that came after like the OG cast. So I'm just saying they're lucky. I still think Raquel's a snake. I don't feel bad for her in that way at all. But had she had her true redemption season that she should have had, Lala was right. Like, this shit was set up for you to be the star, and you made yourself the horrible villain that probably can't even come back. Ooh. So, or were, you know, or did you know more and you didn't say? But I feel like if Lala actually knew Raquel was doing that, she would have said something. She would have said something. She would have loved to have something on Raquel like this. So I don't know. But anyway, so Lala's, you know, spit it out today, Junior, like Billy Madison, and then Tom Sandybutt. Oh, the self-righteous POS comes and he's like, hey, Lala, you're just a bully. You're just bullying her. At this point, she's not really bullying her. I mean, she doesn't have the best. She is patronizing all the things. Is Raquel slow on the draw when it comes to Battle of the Wits? Hells yeah. Is it her fault? Is it Lala's fault she is? No, it's not her fault. It's not Katie's fault. It's not any of their fault. Okay. So Miss T says, Lala has always hated Raquel. That's the main reason she slept with James without remorse. Yeah, she hated her. She hated that she came in. There's always been a thing between Lala and James. She just didn't like her. She didn't like her. So it wasn't necessarily that, you know, all the things that I think people, or she might claim now. Like, I was right. It was like, You just didn't like the girl, and the girl did end up being a monster. And now she's calling you a mistress. So yeah, you definitely don't like her. So then Tom's like, hey, no, there's no reason for you to be bullying Rachel Raquel. And then Rachel Raquel's like, actually, there is a reason. Because she slept with James while we were together. And Lala's like, I've moved on from that. We have moved on from that. What are you talking about? We moved on from that. And then Sandy Butt said, no, you're over it. She's not over it. Okay? She just found out about it 2 weeks ago. She needs more time. And I'm like, the irony of him, how we're hearing he talked to Ariana when they had their sit down after Scandoval broke, and how he was just like, you didn't have enough sex with me. You weren't there for me. You this, you that. You didn't support my ventures, all this stuff. And then you're just like, hey, you want anything from the kitchen? But yet this woman who didn't date him as long, James Kennedy as long, he has more empathy for his mistress and her former lover's affair than he does the woman that he cheated on, which is just so Tom Sandy Butt. It really is. So then James is just like, all right, leave me out of it. Why am I even being brought into it? I don't know, maybe because you had sex with Lala. Like, it's still, even though Rachel Raquel is a monster and so is Tom Sandy Butt, it's still a point. You know, had we not known what we known, it's still not cool that you slept with James Kennedy while she was dating him. And then you're just like, get over it, build a bridge, get over it, bitch. Like, I could see that now, knowing what we know, if you knew she was a big cheer pumpkin eater, for sure. But at that time, they didn't know that. And she's just like, get over it, get over it. And Rachel Raquel's like, I'm not over it. I am not. Because Rachel Raquel really, this whole Sandoval thing, I'm telling you, Sandy Butt is going to be heartbroken. Because, mark my words, Rachel Raquel is using this as a way to pay her bills and also a way to make James Kennedy jealous. You cannot convince me that this girl isn't still in love with James Kennedy, doesn't still want some kind of control over James Kennedy, doesn't want James Kennedy to dump Allie for her. She does. And I think she might dump Tom Sandy Butt if James Kennedy came back to her. So he can think whatever he wants. But dude, you're still 47 years old, allegedly, and you still owe your mom $250,000 for a bad bar deal at Schwartz and Skeezy's. And I don't know. It's not going to end well, but it shouldn't, because it started so horribly. All right. So James like, leave me out. And then Rachel tells Lala, you're a bully. And if you're fucking pathetic. And if you guys are going to be literally like little Chihuahua followers, like, literally, I'm done. And Katie Maloney's face is hilarious because she's like, did she say Chihuahua followers? What the fuck is a Chihuahua follower? Is this chick okay? Allegedly? Is she okay? Is she okay? And the sad thing is Rachel thought she did something. She was so proud of herself. She walked out in the backyard with her bikini and she was like, I've grown as a person. I have leveled up. She dabbed, like she did all the things you're not supposed to do. She said, I went against Lala Kent and I told her, she said, you literally give off mistress bimbo vibes and I like literally can't stand it. Goodbye. And then she dabbed herself and then she left. And I was like, is she okay? Did she just have a stroke? I don't know what that girl just did, but it is not. Her voice was shaking. She's like, I just want to tell you that you're giving off mistress vibes. Goodbye. Oh, so cringy. I was like, oh God, seriously. She's like, my whole life I've tried to get people to like me, and now I just don't care. We know. I think you went a little too far. You went a little too far with them not liking you. Okay, you don't want the people that care about you and do nice things for you like Ariana and Sheena to not like you. Went a little too far. Okay, because you still care about the boys liking you. You still care about them little man children liking you. Okay, so then, she's on her, I leveled up. She loves this new version of herself. Dab, she's feeling herself. And then Lala's like, oh my God, are you done? Are you done? Yes, you already know. I'm not your friend. I already know this. Send it to Daryl. Don't send it to my Gmail. I am my mother. I don't need to know this. We are, and she's like, Lala's like going like this because she's feeling cringy. And I also think Lala, she talks a big game. Like she's going to be like, all the time, like this is her, but she also walks away a lot. And I think that mistress thing, the bimbo thing, that really hits her hard because it's one label she can't run from. When they were slut shaming her for no reason, she could stick up for herself and be like, screw you, I'm a woman, I own my sexuality, I can't. But then we saw her go the Randall Big Ed route, and we saw the Lala that she probably didn't really care. Even if he did have a wife, she's like, not my problem, not my business. I got a Range Rover. I get my nails done. I'm going to be an actress. And she didn't care. So, but this mistress thing, I think it hits her real, real hard. So she's just like, okay, whatever, God, goodbye. And then she's like, I don't even care. It's like, you do care. She does care because it's not a good title. It also can be a very, sexist title because there's no name for men when they are out there screwing ladies who are in relationships, or when they cheat on their significant other, like a Scandoval is just a cheater, but there's no label. There's no really like scarlet letter that follows the men as much as it does the women. If there is, feel free to put it in the chat. I don't know what the label is. So then Lala says that she's like, I feel great. I feel like I did awesome. And I'm like, okay, I think everybody lost that argument, but it was very entertaining. Thank you. Then Katie and Sheena talk about the wedding in the resort. And this scene was so funny because Sheena doesn't want Katie. She's like, Katie, I don't want your negative energy at my wedding. Like, I don't want it anywhere at my wedding. I don't want it. I don't have enough bucket hats to protect me from your bad vibes. I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't want you there. And Katie's like a whole serial killer. She's like, well, I'm still going to go. It's Christina Kelly's birthday. She's carrying a life inside of her. She wants to be in Mexico. It's not like I'm going to stalk your wedding. We're going to do our own thing. And then cut to, they're like 2 weeks later at the wedding, there's Katie and Christina Kelly on the balcony, all judgy McJudge. Like, oh my God, do you think they can see us? What is she wearing? Oh, hopefully it's not another crop top dress. What is going on over there? So definitely they're judgy McJudgers. And Sheena's like, I will literally Venmo you. I will Venmo you the $1,000 for your room. Because Katie's like, I got a hotel room. I paid $1,000 and I can't get any money back. So it's not my problem that your friend Jamie can't get it together. And that she doesn't have a Capital One. Okay? Because I got a Capital One. It has a really good interest rate. But it sounds like Jamie needs to work on her credit. And Sheena's like, that's not the point. I will give you $1,000. So we can just erase this. So the money is not an issue. So that can't be an excuse. And Katie's like, not my problem. I'm going to Mexico. And I was able to add Christina Kelly to my room. So it's my vacation. I want to go on vacation. She's like, you're not even going to my wedding. Oh, God, Katie. We'll see about that. It was a very Young and the Restless moment. She's like, we'll see about that. And then Sheena walks off. And Katie's like, what do you mean? We'll see about that. Like, what are you going to do? And then Sheena goes in the backyard and she's like, Tom Schwartz, your ex-wife is ridiculous. I can't even stand her. She is the worst. She's in there saying she's going to come to my wedding. She's going to ruin my wedding. She's going to take a dump in the middle of the walkway when I walk down the aisle. She doesn't know how special this is to me. And Brock's like, babe, did you tell her about the $1,000 we're going to give her for the room? She still said no. Oh, God, what a bitch. Ugh. And then Schwartz, oh my God, I don't know if I said Sandoval, but Schwartz, she's telling Schwartz this. And Schwartz is like, what? Well, how about, where am I? I'm here. Okay. How about I'll tell Katie that I'll get back with her if she stays at another resort. She can marry this prize who can't remember where he is or finish stuff and owns 1.12% of a company business. Huh? And then Raquel's like, oh my God, don't do that to yourself. You're not even married to her. You don't even have to care anymore, Schwartz. I'm thinking, Tom Schwartz, I'm just getting really mad at Tom Schwartz, you guys. I am just like done with him. I feel like he's disrespecting Katie in a way that is unnecessary. Stay out of it. If Sheena brings you into it, just say, you know what, you girls figure it out. I don't know. We're not married. I don't want to I'm trying to keep good with her, keep good with you guys. But he is the constant victim in these situations, and he just throws rocks and hides his hands. And he says these things that are very disrespectful. Like, yes, you and Katie's marriage didn't work out. Yes, it was a mess, but it was a 50-50 mess. It wasn't just a Katie Maloney and she drinks too much tequila and she's angry mess. It was a Tom Schwartz never had Katie Maloney's back. Tom Schwartz from day one was always like, you're doing this, you're doing that. And yes, you could have had these conversations. You could have went to couples therapy if you think she literally was being a bully back in the day to Sheena or something like that. Why would you date her for that long if you thought she was a bully? So I feel like he plays all the sides. He tried to make Katie feel comfortable when it was just the two of them. But then when they were out in public, he would shame her and make her feel like shit. And so in that regard, I feel like Schwartz it is a 50-50 mess, but I feel like watching Schwartz maneuver this divorce and now with this Joe girl and stuff, he's just messy. He's messy and he wants to please all sides, but he never really tried to please his own wife. He just would put her down. There are ways to encourage change in your partner and positive things in them without embarrassing them or humiliating them. And if they are a mess and they're yelling at people and that's not your vibe, then you don't stay with them for 10, 12 years. But you did, bro. So now it's either you accept who she is and you have her back, or you get the F out and sooner. And he didn't do that, okay? So I just thought it was gross. He was like, because I'm a groomsman and that means a lot to me. Dude, who cares about being a groomsman in someone's wedding? These people aren't even going to talk to you anymore probably after the Scandoval thing. So, I just feel like he never, watching this episode, it was really bad because then he goes inside and talks to Katie, right? And is like, I'll try to talk to her or something. And he's like, Katie, you're in the wrong. And that, how he hates her stubbornness and all this stuff. And then Lala comes to Katie's defense. And in this regard, I was like, Lala, yes, that is the kind of girlfriend you need, because Lala was very much like, Katie needs to do stuff for Katie. Katie needs to start doing things that make Katie happy. Katie, take care of yourself. I'm like, yes, that's the Lala I liked in the earlier seasons. That very women empowering Lala. That Lala that was like, get yours and support other women and show your boobs and don't be threatened and all this stuff. Okay. I think we've lost that Lala along the way, but then we see glimpses of her again. And I like it. I like it. And he's like, yeah, Katie doesn't, because she's like, I think it would be cool for Katie to think about Katie for once. And Schwartz says she does what she wants a lot. And then he tells Katie in front of everyone, you got to stop being so emotionally entitled all the time. That doesn't even make any sense, sir. That doesn't make any sense. Because in the situation, it's not necessarily emotionally entitled. Do I think Katie probably shouldn't go to Mexico? Yeah, I wouldn't go. If you and Sheena weren't getting along and they've always had this like frenemy relationship, it's a mess. No, but she's paid, she was invited, and she's still going to go. Is that emotional entitlement? No, he doesn't know what he's talking about in this regard. It doesn't really make any sense. Is she being kind of stubborn? Of course she is. Of course. She's stubborn. Sheena's stubborn. There's a lot of traits they both share. And I think sometimes the things we don't like about ourselves, we see in other people. And those things annoy us. I know that's true for me. If I'm like, ugh, that person, ugh, gosh. Sometimes I'm like, I have to think about it and be a little self-aware and go, I think it's because that's kind of how I am. And I don't like that trait about myself. So I think that's Katie and Sheena. And also I do think, as far as Sheena and Katie's relationship goes, I do think Katie, there's been times where she took Sheena in as a friend when she needed her. And then, they've all kind of done that. The OG girls did that and then threw her away when they didn't. Stassi did it. I feel like at times Kristen did it. So, I think Sheena is just tired of it. And I don't blame her because she just came in. She came in like a wrecking ball and they were all like, she's a whore. But then we end up finding out that everyone's sleeping with everyone's boyfriend. So who's the whore? Everybody's a whore. Slut shaming for all because we're all a bunch of sluts, especially on this show. Men, women, they all can get it. Okay. Oh, goodness. So I felt for Katie in this moment because Schwartz is he's so cutting, but only to her. To everyone else, he wants to be a people pleaser. He wants to ride the fence. He wants to play in the middle. And so he acts like he's all tough and like, oh, I'll tell her that I'll get back with her. First of all, I don't think she wants to get back with you. She's getting some wiener now and she's seeing the light. And I don't think she wants to be babysitting in a marriage anymore. I think she's over the babysitting marriage part because you're older than her, but you're not acting like it. And she's like making smart business choices and investors and stuff with Ariana, and you are shitting your pants over there about opening and picking out a couch. So I don't know what you're talking about, thinking you're doing her a favor, but you are not, sir, doing her a favor. You are not emotionally supporting her. You're just not there for her at all. There are times when your significant other, if they choose to be with you in public like that, you better have my damn back. I could be acting like a whole ass mess. It could be day 2 of my period and I am just like, And all I want my husband to do is like, it's okay, baby. Put his arm around me and then get me home. But get me home without me knowing he's getting me home. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's go get some ice cream. Let's go do something. I don't want him yelling at me, reprimanding me in front of other people and embarrassing me. Those are conversations we can have in public or with a therapist. But Schwartz loves to play all the sides and he always throws Katie under the bus. And he has done that since the beginning of Vanderpump. Okay. So Lala coming to her defense is like, that's what Schwartz should have been doing all these years. And he didn't. So then, Schwartz or Katie's hurt after he says, oh, you're emotionally entitled and da-da-da, and she walks out. She leaves with her Katie in Paris outfit, which is a very interesting pool party outfit that Katie has. And Schwartz follows her out. And then when no one's around, he does that nice guy. It's like, it's sociopathic at this point. Like, I'm just like, Tom Schwartz, stop. It's either you're mad at her and you think she's emotionally entitled and she's stubborn and you can't stand her and you're glad you're not married to her anymore, or you're calling her bub and you're like, it's like very emotionally manipulative what he's doing. So he goes out there. She just wants an Uber and she wants to get out of here because she's like, listen, my fear is already that everyone in the group is going to pick you, like James Kennedy's fear about Raquel. But Katie actually has real friendships with these people for years and years and years. And she's like, I fear that, it's just like the thing Ariana's been saying every season is Schwartz can do whatever he wants and people give him a pass. They give him a pass. But everyone else has to be held accountable for shit, So, or gets blamed for things. So Schwartz follows Katie out. Katie's just like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. She didn't tell him. She didn't really make a huge scene. She was just like, I got to get out of here. She's getting emotional. You got your ex-husband there. You got the giraffe that's trying to make out with him, but really she's hooking up with his best friend, but you don't know it at the time. So your guy is being a pawn in this whole game, like it's damn Big Brother they're playing or something. And you're getting emotionally hurt by that. So it's just a lot to process at this time. You're trying to do a new business. You're going through a divorce. You're selling your house. Your whole life is changing. Because remember, I mean, even if you're not a Katie Maloney fan, if you're with someone for 12 years like that, there's a pain that goes with, it's a loss. And especially when you feel this friend group constantly take this man baby side. Okay. So Schwartz is out there and he's like, I mean, he just starts kissing her ass. And he's like, oh, but you look cute. And I'm like, shut up, Schwartz, go inside and be that tough guy and talk shit about her outside like you were doing before. Or embarrass her in front of everyone and point out all the bad traits you don't like about her and how you're so glad not to be married to her. Like, pick a lane, bro. It's very emotionally manipulative. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's gross. And I see this with Schwartz and I'm like, oh, you're trying to play the nice guy, but you are actually being really salty and ridiculous. And you're too old again. It's too old. You're in your 40s. You're in your 40s now. You got to grow. You got to grow, sir. So he's like, should I get you a lift? Should I get you an Uber? Get out of here. You haven't given her anything but a headache with all the stuff that you're saying. Go, go, go. So he's being so ridiculous. The episode ends. And it was one for the record books. I think it was an hour and a half. So this is a 2-hour recap review we're doing. But I was just like, Schwartz, you can go. You can go. I got to play my Mary Cosby. I have so many feelings about Schwartz now. Things that, I always caught on to a little bit of it. But now I'm really just like, really?
So stop believing the lies, honey.
Stop believing the lies, honey. Okay. And
I said what I said.
I said what I said. I think Schwartz is problematic in his relationship with Katie when she explains it that like he was never there for her. He wasn't. There were so many times that he could have stuck up for her or had her back the way he had Scandoval's back, and he just didn't. Instead, he just threw her under the bus and told her how awful she was. So I think that's going to take some time after years of that for her to kind of heal from that and realize that someone who really loves you will love all the things about you. And like I said, even the things that aren't the best things, they'll want you to better yourself, and they'll remind you of that in a private, more encouraging way than trying to embarrass you in front of people to gain the likes of other people, to be in their favor, to throw you under the bus. So Tom Schwartz,
You can go.
You're not hearing me, Mare.
Little girl.
you can go, little girl, Tom Schwartz, because I just, And then I found this interesting scene in maybe 2 episodes ago when Tom was saying, Katie Maloney had one rule when they got divorced. Don't date anyone in our friend group. I won't date anyone in our friend group. He couldn't not do that because he had to be the beard, for lack of a better term, for Sandoval and Raquel. And then Tom Sandoval, of all people, says when Schwartz is explaining to Sheena and Sandoval that Katie said she doesn't want me to date within the friend group, Tom Sandybutt says that's unrealistic. And now knowing what we know, I'm like, oh my God.
We kind of had a verbal agreement that we just wouldn't date any of our friends.
That's not realistic.
We're not supposed to hang out, by the way.
Wait, what?
That's not realistic. Oh my God.
I'm glad you brought it up because I've been dying to talk about it for a hot minute. First of all,
it is not realistic. It's totally realistic to say don't date in the friend group. For Vanderpump, well, they like to dip in the pool, but now we're 40. Okay, you guys are saying Schwartz sucks. That comment about getting back together with Kate, it was so low and it was so unnecessary when they're trying to be friends, and it was just to gain the favor of the people outside that were mad at her. You're just one of those low people that like you have no loyalty to the point where you'll throw anyone under the bus. Maybe just not Tom Sandybutt. So, yeah. Come through with the receipts. Production, yes, hit that like. Thank you, Sue. It is free. Kirsten says, I can't stand the way Schwartz treated Katie. But now Scandoval is starting to treat Schwartz right. He is. I think he's going to look back on this, and him and Katie did have a lot of issues, and they probably, through the years, it was very messy, but I think their environment was messy, and had they maybe worked on their relationship more and themselves, it could have worked, but they're most likely better without each other. But I think there will come a time where Schwartz will be sad that he puts all his eggs in the Scandoval basket. And now this Joe lady who Katie Maloney's like, she is toxic, or she said something about her, because this Joe lady Schwartz's alleged new girlfriend, the hairdresser, skater girl, Avril Lavigne lady, who allegedly was going on double dates with Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel. And then her and Tom Schwartz, they were going on double dates during this cheating scandal. So apparently when this all went down, she texts Katie because they're friends, because she was Kristen Doute's best friend. Kristen Doute said on a podcast, and she was texting Katie when this all went down that they were getting divorced and stuff. And the news came out, and she said, Justin Bieber loves you and I love you, and something else. And then right after that, she starts having sex with her ex-husband. When they weren't even legally divorced yet. And I'm like, oh my God, with friends like that, I can't think of one of my friends that if something happened between me and my husband, that would just swoop him up and start banging him. I don't even think I've had a situation with a boyfriend like that, or I've had a friend she wasn't a very good friend, and it was during. But after like a breakup or something, just swoop in. That is crazy. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood Watch says Schwartz is so mentally and emotionally abusive. Poor Katie. He is. And he played it off with the nice guy thing. And that's the scary part, is that, we're like, it's Schwartz. He's silly. He's funny. Katie has obviously some toxic qualities to fix within herself, as a lot of us do. And if you grow up on TV, because you have to remember, Katie's probably like 5 or so years younger than Tom Schwartz. Maybe she's 36, 35. I don't know. But Tom Schwartz is like 40. he's like 50, you know? And so, you know, we saw a lot of their worst times on Vanderpump in the early days, and drinking and all that probably, you know, brought out a lot of that as well. But now looking back, it's like, wow, you know, the misogyny that we gave so many passes. And I don't know if I mean, I'm sure misogyny had a lot to do with it, but also I think it's delivery, how we're kind of fooled in our heads by someone saying something cutting or mean or behavior that is bad while smiling or seeming like doing, you know, rather than someone like Katie, who when she says it, she's saying it like she means it. Where at least then you know where she's coming from. But Schwartz, it's like hidden daggers. You know, he's saying it with this like, you know, and then stabbing you, and you're like, oh, I'd rather someone just be blunt and tell me how it is. So yeah, emotionally, mentally abusive. Poor Katie, the scene was triggering to watch. Yes, because I think that, yeah, I can see a lot of us having, unfortunately, come in contact with people like that. Plus, I'm glad Ariana shut down the Scandoval tirade. Right? I was too. That has nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him. Yeah, that's why she can't smile. She will smile again. She will smile again. Also, you know, I think there's been this label put on Katie for so many seasons. And sometimes you're like, yeah, Katie, it could be, you know, to some of the friendships, I feel like. But I also think, you know, when you're in a relationship and somebody is constantly telling you you're this, you're this, you're this, you start to believe it. And that's how like abusive talk or just any kind of pattern talk in general works. So that's why it's so refreshing when you are out of something like that and you're with someone who is like, you're not a problem. You're not difficult. You're wonderful. And then it is funny how our brain works and how we absorb those negative comments, but we can also absorb the positive comments. So if you're around someone who really values you and says good things about you, that comes out in your behavior. And that's positive reinforcement that works so much better than negative reinforcement. And especially if somebody loves you and is your husband, they should not be talking to you like that. So yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, I hope the women are a united front. I do too. Yeah, Joe was a friend to Katie. So yeah, living with Schwartz and dating allegedly. Oh yeah, with the ring on a string or whatever. That was gross. Gross. And I'm telling you, Schwartz and Raquel are drinking buddies. They have the same mentality. You know, Raquel being 28 years old, that's, I think Schwartz mentally capped off at like 25 emotionally and hasn't really grown since then. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's like the women have seemed to grown and matured, and the men, they've outgrown them. So we'll see. Speaking of outgrown, I did watch Brittany and Jax on Watch What Happens Live. I'll probably maybe do a separate episode because I am getting a little sleepy, and I'm sure you guys are getting sleepy too. And I do got to get up in the morning. But it was a pretty good one. I am not a Jax and Brittany fan at all. I don't care if I ever see them again. I just don't think they bring anything really to it. It was nice to hear a little bit from Jax just because he was dropping some tea, but then I was like, can Brittany be quiet? I just, her and that, you know, the little Kentucky, I'm just, it seems like they've had some issues, I'm sure, with Jax interrupting her and things, because I watched their ET interview as well. And she just would look at him and he's like, oh, sorry, am I interrupting you? It's like, yeah, Jax wants to be the show, but Brittany wants to get her little 2 cents in, which is fine. She should have her moment to shine, but not now. You're not an OG. You really don't know what went on. Even if you did, you wouldn't tell us. Jax is in a mood to tell on some people, so let him talk. So even in the ET interview, you know, Brittany has answers like, I didn't expect it. I didn't even know. And I'm like, be quiet. Then don't. Why are you here? You know, you're supposed to be, this is commentary. You're supposed to be telling us something, not like, I'm surprised. When your husband, you cannot tell me that Jax knew all this and never told Brittany. I know Brittany wants to play Miss Nice Kentucky. And everyone's like, she's so sweet. But she knew. What Jax knew, she knew. She's like, oh, no, Jax, I would have told Ariana. No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. And I don't think it's out of malice that you wouldn't have told. You just wouldn't have told her. Because it's pillow talk. When my husband tells me stuff, you know, well, he knows what not to tell me. Because I will say stuff. I love you too. But he knows better than, like, if there's like a secret, about like one of his friends or something, he thinks I won't like that, then he's like, I'm going to wait to tell Joleen if it's not a need to know, because I will let it slip. I'll be like, excuse me, I heard that you, I might say something. But when she was on Watch What Happens Live, she's like, Jax, you knew? It's like, Brittany, you were a fan of the show. You came on here. Fangirl. Please stop. Please stop with the Kentucky Dum-Dums. You've been in LA long enough. You are as calculated as the rest of them, as opportunist as the rest of them, because when ET said, do you want to come back on the reality show? We do. Of course you do. What are your other skills? Jax was going to do PR for a hockey team. How did that work? I love hockey, but is he going to move to Florida? And he's going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning marketing person when he'll just block everyone on social media. I don't know how he's going to do social media marketing. I mean, your skills are on reality TV shows, and then they have a podcast dropping, and I'm like, oh, wow. The only reason I would listen to that is if, things are leaked, Jax opens his mouth too much. But she just kept like, oh my God. She's like, I want to talk too. It's like, but you're not bringing anything to the conversation. You might as well invited Mima. She would have told us more. I'd rather hear about beer cheese than Brittany going, I didn't know. I was shocked. I was shocked, y'all. I was shocked. Okay, we're all shocked, but now this happened March 3rd, bro. We're on the 22nd. You have opinions, and I want to hear them. If you're going to be on a reality show, you got to have opinions. So at least Jax did that. So Jax said during this Watch What Happens Live that Schwartz knew, and Schwartz knew longer than he said he knew, and that Jax swore on his child. He said, I talk to Schwartz every day, and he told me that he knew. And he said, I put it on my kid. And I'm like, okay. Then they also told the story on E when they were interviewed. I wonder if Andy Cohen was like, because they got there early, and I think they filmed Watch What Happens Live, and then they, did the rounds, because you could tell they were just thirsty. Oh, they were parched. They were so parched, you guys. They were like, wait, yeah, we won't get back on reality TV. I love it. Mima wants to come back on. So does my other mom, who doesn't like gay people, allegedly. Or is that the pastor? Somebody who married us doesn't like gay people, but we do. Remember that little saga? And she was like, I didn't know. You didn't know that your pastor you grew up with was a homophobe? Okay, cool. I didn't forget. You worked in WeHo, you made money off the gays, but then you just throw them under the bus when it's time to get married, and you like your pastor? Okay, cool. Cool story, Brittany. But you're so sweet. Oh, yeah, all right. So Tom Sandy Butt, they told about this party that the last time he saw Sandy Butt, because Tom doesn't like him. Okay. Tom and Jax don't get along. Last time he saw Sandy Butt was at a party on Labor Day. This gets worse. It gets worsers and worsers. Tom Sandy Butt was at a party on Labor Day in Orange County, a couple hours, now that Jax is his dad, he's giving us directions to things. Like, it's a couple hours from our house, Orange County. Yeah. It's like, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, MapQuest dad. Appreciate it. And Tom Sandy Butt was at the Labor Day party at the mutual friend's place with Rachel Raquel. Ariana wasn't there. But according to Jax, Ariana did call Tom Sandy Butt while he was there and told him that either her grandma was dying or was dead. And guess what? Tom Sandy Butt didn't leave the party that he was at with Rachel Raquel. He instead made up the excuse, according to Jax and Brittany, that he couldn't get an Uber. And what I think Brittany did say, but everybody else was getting Uber, so I don't know. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't. Right? He has to. That's who he married, Like, that's the thing. You fall in love, the good, the bad, the in between, all the parts of your spouse. You're supposed to. And he knows, this brings me joy. And he just wants me to be happy because he is a smart, smart man. Because an angry lady is not your friend. Okay. In my Brittany voice. So I was like, holy shit. Tom Sandy, but you're a whole monster. Your dog dies. Charlotte, your beautiful dog that Ariana brought into the relationship. You've been with her for 10 years almost, and you go out and party. And then past work hours, when the camera's there, you go out with Rachel Raquel to the damn Saddle Ranch, which anyone in LA knows you don't hang out at the Saddle Ranch unless you are like brand new. Okay, like you were just birthed into LA, or you're so drunk and high off your ass you don't know where you are. You just don't go to the Saddle Ranch. They even tried to do a reality show there back in the day, and they're like, nah, we don't need this. It's an inopportune location unless you're going to the Comedy Store, I guess. That's the only time I went to the Saddle Ranch was when I was waiting for a Comedy Store show. You don't just go to of all the bars in LA that he probably thought, well, no one we know will be there. Ugh, okay. Anyways. So Sandy, but then Labor Day, Ariana's grandma is dying or has already passed, and he stays at this party with Rachel Raquel, according to Jackson Brittany. And then Andy asked Jax, have you been keeping your dick in your pants? And then Brittany's like, he better, because he ain't coming back from it this time. He ain't. He better. And Jax is like, yeah, I've gotten so much Botox, and Botox in my private area too, so that I don't get as many boners. He didn't say that, but maybe. It looked like he did get a lot of Botox on his face. And then Brittany's eyebrows are like, they're next level. Jax's eyebrows are next. They're just both like this. They're always surprised. They were surprised at everything. I can't believe it. So maybe it's just her eyebrows talking. I don't know. And then they said, if you had one question for Tom, what would it be? And Brittany's like, that's a hard one. Jack's like, oh, that is hard. She's like, I would say, I mean, how do you feel now that you've judged everyone else, Tom Sandoval? Which is a pretty good question because Tom was a very Judge Judy. He was, oh my God. He had his gavel. He was like, objection, Tom is right. Overruled, Tom is wrong. You know, he's like, he was very Judge Judy. I'm the boss, applesauce. I mean, he had something to say about every single person and how they live their life.
Because they're losers.
That was literally Sandy Butt every day. He was like, because they're losers. Okay, they are losers. So she's like, I would like to know what he thinks now that this. And then Jackson's like, yeah, all the years that he said stuff about me. And then that's when he said that he's cheated on Ariana way more than Miami Girl. He said Miami Girl for sure, which duh, we all knew. Okay, yeah, something happened. Something happened there. I just can't with Brittany. I've never seen the appeal of Brittany. Again, I think it's this undercover, I'm Be Sweet Kentucky girl. Huh? I'm Brittany. It's like, they're all like, she's great. She's so great. We got to protect Brittany at all costs. Be careful. Because that's what you said about Rachel Raquel. So, okay. But yeah, so then he said, Tom Sandy Butt has been cheating on Ariana for years, Miami Girl, obviously, and then other. And Brittany's like, what? Jax, no. You didn't tell me. And I'm like, girl, you are nosy AF because you are Jax Taylor's wife. So what's his last name, right? Jax Taylor? Okay, yeah, I think so. So you have to be. There's no way. No, it's the same with the Jenny Craig thing. I don't believe it. Yeah, he said she on Ariana more than once. And then Andy's like, in the last couple of years. And he's like, yeah. And Brittany's like, how do you know this? Did you hear this on the TMZ? How do you know this? And he's like, I know things. Like, hello, I'm a cheater. He's a cheater. We cheated together. I mean, I'm sure they've had 3-sums, 4-sums, 5-sums where, Schwartz sat in the corner and cried and was like, where am I? Like maybe dropped some acid or something. I don't know. Allegedly. Who cares? It's all for fun. But, and then we find out that Randall owes Jax lots of money. He was going to produce a film. Oh my God, Jax. This is when Jax is like, I've changed. I'm so much better. I'm like, sir, you gave Rand, Pickleball McGee, probably $100K to produce a movie. Randall was one of those producers that, he'd get money from different places. I'll pay you. He was borrowing from Paul to pay Peter and Mary and Tom and Joseph and Jesus, whatever that saying is. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, robbing Polly to pay Penis, And so that's what he's doing, just moving money around, pretending he's a big shot, and then taking selfies with Robert De Niro. If you ever looked at Randall's social media before he blocked me, you could see that all the people were very annoyed with him. He'd be like, he would wear like, okay, what do producers wear? Okay, directors wear baseball hats like this. Okay, Ron Howard does it. Steven Spielberg. Okay, bless you. You know, okay, so, and then he'd be like, and they're in the back like, because they have to, they're like, okay, we got to take pictures with the money, the people putting in money. Okay, fine. But he didn't do nothing. He didn't creatively do nothing for the movie. He just gave other people's money and moved it around. It's like a weird alleged Ponzi scheme. Okay, it's the low-level Rupert Murdoch syndrome. He was multi-level marketing his production. There was no skill involved other than lies, allegedly, according to me. What do I know? A lot. Okay. So the fact that Jax is like, yeah. I mean, how many producers do you know? I mean, it's not like I know. Not like I know. I know all the producers, but how many people do you know who are like successfully working and directing or producing or something and are taking selfies and then posting them like a big dork? It's almost like, I hate this about Los Angeles, but because I'm still someone, if I see someone I really look up to, I'm going to try to take a picture with them. But I also don't pretend I'm like some rich, fancy person. You know, I'm not out there trying to be Randall, pretending. So I'll take a picture. But in LA, they're like, oh my God, you can't ask that person for a picture. But I'm sorry, when I went to the, child, where did we go? What's that froyo place called?
What?
What's that froyo place in LA called that we went to
Froyo.
all the time?
The Froyo Factory.
No, it's on Sunset.
The Froyo Factory on Sunset.
It's not the Froyo Factory. It's the one that Lauren Conrad always went to on the hills.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't know that. It's where we saw Justin Bieber. Pinkberry. So when we were at Pinkberry one night after a show and Justin Bieber's there, you better believe I'm going to ask Justin Bieber for a damn picture. And he gave it to me. And he was very nice. And he was there with his bodyguards. And he was eating his feelings at 1 a.m. just like the rest of us. Okay. We just got done doing a comedy show at Hooters on Hollywood Boulevard. And I'm with all dude comics. And they were geeking out. And my husband, who's a dude comic, geeking out more than I was. But they're like, ask Joleen. I was like, okay. And I was like, hey, Justin Bieber, I know you're late night eating froyo. We're late night eating froyo. Do you mind if I get a picture with you? He's like, yeah, go ahead. He was all like, yeah, go ahead, girl.
We didn't ask first. A different couple asked first.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, a couple asked before us?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was another.
We felt okay.
Okay, then we felt okay. But either way, I was probably going to ask. So I did. And he took a picture and we were like, oh, okay, Justin Bieber.
The guy comics asked you to ask because you were the girl.
Yeah, the guy comics asked me to ask. But I did. Because I'm freaking going to get a picture with Justin Bieber. He's one of the biggest, whether you like him or not, pop star stuff in the world. I'm going to get that damn picture. I mean, that was a while ago. It was back when I was a brunette, but the picture exists. So I'll post it on my social media again. We had a friend in it named Steven. We don't like Steven no more, so we cut him out. I cut him out. Well, me and my friend Tom did because we're petty. Chell wouldn't cut him out. He's too nice.
I did. I put a picture of Leo on his face.
He put a picture of our friend Leah over his face because he was one of those LA opportunist types that are like, they don't know what friendship is. Okay. So I'm going to post it. Yeah. Randall, there's going to be, I mean, with the LA Times article that came out about him, I've been thinking about doing a separate video about him and kind of digging into it. So let me know if you guys be interested in that. It probably won't be as funny. I could still roast his ass because he's just so roastable, but it's gross. Like guys like that who gatekeep with their teeny peenies, I'm not here for it. Gross. Like a Harvey Weinstein in the making, like a little baby bitch boy. I'm not interested. But yeah, he's gross. He's gross. But yeah, he fucking gave Randall money. Brittany, get your finances straight because Jax also didn't pay the taxes. And now he's giving Randall money to produce a movie, girl. And Jax is like, I've changed. Well,
The movie, him playing celebrity poker.
it's probably, my husband said, is the movie him playing celebrity poker. Oh my God. Okay, you guys, I have talked. You have been wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. I am exhausted, but I was just like all day watching all these things. And then my husband and I, we had errands. I had all kinds of stuff. I had to work. I was like, I have to go live and I have to watch this show. So I was able to watch it in the Central Time Zone and go live with you. But it is 11:10 here. I don't know what time it is where you all are, but I hope you get lots of rest. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are in the world. You are wonderful. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to all my new subscribers. It means so much to me. We have a goal of getting to 30K. It's just like a fun little goal that I think we might be able to hit in 2023. So for that, I am very excited. But even if we don't, welcome. I think we gained like 1,500 in the last month or so. So that's really cool. I love seeing your new little faces and Abby's in the chat. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. So generous and grateful. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your comments. You guys follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer on TikTok and Instagram. I also have a separate Bravo Instagram at married2bravo. So at married2bravo. I'll be back soon with another video. I'll be going live on Friday with my mom for our weekly talk show where I talk to my mom, aka Nana. It's called Night Pants with Nana. It's a crazy good time if you want to join. But please comment after this video post. It helps me in the algorithm. And we all know that YouTube algorithm is a beast. Okay, Randall exposed. We're gonna have to. I started saving some clips and stuff, and I was like, "Ooh, I might have to do a Randall exposed," because I never liked that dude. I always looked at him. I was like, "Ooh, you're the worst thing about LA. Icky poo." All right, you guys. I will talk to you very soon, and remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.